Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go. So man, I think we're full up. We got room for two more. Either way, tons of people at the top, guys. If you want to click on the top right, there's a show chat button. So there's free chat in there. Like if you guys want to have discussion within this group, just while your microphones are off, so you can like ask questions here. If you want to turn your mic on and congratulate him and things like that, just don't all try to talk at once type thing, right? And if he's talking, certainly let's not interrupt him. Looks like we are full for what we can run in here. So yeah, man. Congrats on that. So I know somebody asked you. They were like, "Man," and you had mentioned the chart. When you got in that trade in particular, you the news was bullish. It wasn't even bearish, right? Like their
It
earnings
was
was good.
bullish. Okay, yeah. Earnings was good. Okay, so the next day, like at nighttime, when I closed out the trade, I usually check the news and I said, man, what happened, right? So in Benzinga, it said that part of their income or their revenue is tied up in China, and that could be a problem. And I said, oh.
Yeah.
I said that's the issue. That they had good forward guidance, but then some of their revenue is coming out of China, and China's doesn't look very good right now.
Yeah, this
So
is
I think the stock just got hammered.
it's what I've been saying about Taiwan Semi. Um,
Yep.
it's had the same issues, and that they're exposed to. That's like a 1 billion person, uh, 15% of Earth potential client, right? Obviously, not everybody in all of China is buying a TSM product, but it's a big market to have fears and worries and doubts surrounding yourself with, right?
Yep.
Um, so you just that's what you saw and that's what you went with, and you just held it overnight.
And the same thing, the same. No, I didn't hold that overnight. I
Oh,
just
you
I
closed it
cut
out
it loose yesterday,
and then you
but I
reopened
got
it.
in it this. Yep.
Okay. Approximately how much did you lose protecting yourself last night though, in case it reversed on you? Like what was it, how much more was it today than yesterday on the option? Do you know?
Oh man, today
Yeah.
today the options yesterday they weren't that
Like when
the
you
premium
sold, how
wasn't.
much did you sell it at? What price?
Hold on. I'm on my phone right now because I'm in a room. I'm not even near the computer, but I can get that for you.
Ah, I'm just curious. I'm just running some numbers. It's not really relevant. That's only one minor story to your, journey to a million. So,
Let me see. Let me see. Hold on a second.
I just specifically remember someone asking you when you were, I'm going with my charting. It's not like it wasn't even really like your gut. Like you were using education, logic to make your decision for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, the 13 and the 48 again, when and you know this, when they're tied together
Yeah.
and that stock is bouncing off of that or either the above or below,
Mm-hmm.
you already know. If it's below, it's bearish. If it's above and it's turning up, it's probably going to be bullish, but you look at the price action and I saw exactly what happened yesterday there, and the momentum was like it was to the downside. I mean, that was a no brainer, man. It's just the hardest thing is to be patient there and sit because that's where you're gonna make your money. You got to sit there and watch this thing for hours as it inches down, little by little, and
So you watched it?
and your P&L growth.
You watched it? You had the stomach to watch it? You didn't
I
like
did. I was at the office, and I said, you know what? Let me take a walk around the block. I went outside. I walked, but I had my phone with me, and then I came back and uh, and I watched it some more. But I was standing up. I wasn't even sitting down, and I couldn't even sit down.
do the people at your job know like what you've been doing the last 7 months? Like what
No,
like this
nobody,
no one has any clue what's going on, eh?
no one, man. The only one that knows is my wife. That's it.
Yeah? What you have kids, right? How many
Yeah,
kids?
I got I got 6 kids.
6? Oh, we got to get you 6 mil.
Yes, sir.
We can't do 1. No wonder you said 10. Jesus Christ. 6 kids. What are their ages?
One's 3,
Yeah.
8-year-old,
Yeah.
a 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old. And
That's
then
all.
I got an 18
Oh, okay.
and a 25.
Couple are out of the nest, and then you've got one that 3 years old. That's quite the age gap too. 3 to 25.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome, big family over there. So
Yep.
I guess we're gonna have to get you to 10. Just kidding.
We need to go to 10.
Yeah. So since I'm recording this for everyone in here, like, this is the real deal. You came in here with, to my knowledge, $1,400. I know we talked about this a little bit on Saturday, but that
Yep.
was just only premium people could see that. This is whoever. You came in here with like basically 0, and today you're over 1 million.
Just over 1 million, yeah.
And again, congrats, man. Like, this is.
Thank you, man.
Like, you don't even
let
know.
me tell you, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, man. There's no way. Nobody teaches stuff out there with the options and how to make money with the options like this and trade it like this. No, there's nobody out there. And I still, to this day, when I'm finished trading and all, I go on YouTube and just I try to see other folks are putting out, and I really believe none of those people are making any money. And I've told you this before. There's no way those people are making money because their strategies, there's no way. That's the stuff that I used to use before, and I didn't make a penny. I lost everything, So this is the way to go.
It's tough.
And so if you're on this, if you're listening to this, get on the premium, study, discipline yourself, and just start trading little by little, and get into this if you're not, and just be patient and cut your losses. And if I could tell you one thing, is cut your losses quick and let those winners run. Don't do the opposite. That's what everybody else does. 90%, 95% of the people just.
I'm guilty as hell of that. Of
Yep.
In the past, that I would let my losers run so far, and then I'm cutting profits on the gainers super quick. I did it today.
Yep.
I left. You weren't. I was on live. I left like 21,000. I was in 50 Carvana puts. 50. I did the math. I got 2.8% of it. It's a little different because I'm trying to do the Discord, right? So it is hard.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? $800 today, and then I can still do the Discord thing. Like, it's all good. There was a lot going on today, but you're on one hand, you're like, God damn, that's a lot of money to lose. But then I hear about you, and like, I forget about all that. I'm just like, validation of starting this. All the trolls and throughout the past and the beginning, and just, it's like. And then when I tell people, like, if you can do it, if you did it, whether they believe it or not, it doesn't matter. You posted 6 months of trading in the Discord because of in May 4th, when you went ham, and that's why he's got the Darth Vader, and I sent him a Darth Vader helmet. May 4th, he made like 700 G, and it's like, and then you got all this hate. Because people didn't want to believe it, but mostly because they're jealous or they're mad because it wasn't them, it was him. He won the lottery and they didn't, so they were like, "Oh, well, this can't be true. You're only showing the wins. You're not showing the losses." And he went and he showed 6 months, and I got pissed because I was like, he doesn't have to fucking do that, right? But he did it anyways. And ever since then, it's been like positive vibes for you, and I think even that helps a lot out in here. The like, people being negative on themselves, and again, I get guilty of this daily, pretty much. Negative, you're gonna attract that shit, that energy. If you're positive and your mindset is like millionaire mindset, like his is. He's like 10 mil. He just got a mil. He's like 10 mil. Let's do it. Like, millionaire mindset, right? Law of attraction. And I think that's, and then like he says, he's learning Did you watch the videos in the premium, like the other classes at all, or no?
Yes.
You did. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So,
No, I did. Yeah,
okay.
I did. And sometimes that in the beginning I was in there and I wouldn't say nothing. You
Mm.
know, I don't know if you know. You didn't notice me on there, which is fine. I don't really care.
I
But
didn't
I was
record the
listening
first
to
few
you.
videos, so
Yeah. So I was in there, and no, for sure, man.
mm.
The 13 and 48 that doesn't come out of my brain. The MACD, the RSI, all those things are there. It's an indicator to tell you, hey, this is where we're going. You know,
You learned
it's
that here.
following the trend.
You
What's
learned
that?
you learned that here.
Of course.
Okay, I was like, hey, I don't know, man. Like, I know you said you came in with a little bit of money, but I didn't know what knowledge you came in with or lack of knowledge, right? Like, I have no clue. I don't really know your whole background, how long you've been trading, and you know any of that
I
stuff.
don't listen. All I've been losing money ever since I've been trading.
How many
You know,
years
it's
is
not like
that?
I could probably like I'm gonna say 15 years. I started with
15
Forex,
years.
lost. Yeah, I started with Forex, lost my
Hmm.
butt.
Yeah, you
I
mentioned
did
that.
tasty trades, and I was like, oh, we're gonna do all these fancy, trades with options, and I lost my butt with that. It just I just kept doing everything wrong way,
Hmm.
and there's no way. And like I tell you, no one teaches this about making money directionally with options. No one is out there teaching this. I don't. Well, I do know why, because they know you're going to make a ton of money, but no one teaches this, and you know that. You know that.
I was it. I was like fucking. I had to learn myself because I was like losing money every day, trying to scalp pump and dumps and fucking. The
Yes.
next
Oh,
big farm. I had a pharma phase, and that's fucking. I got wrecked on my pharma phase. So like the guy coming in yesterday talking about pharma, I was like, ah, fuck. I was like, man, that's about as high risk as it gets. Is pharma stocks. Um, and then yeah, like I said, uh so I did a video, you don't know, but I did a video for you yesterday, but like also for the Discord because you were getting up there. You were like as of yesterday, I think you were like 9:30, 9:40. Uh
right.
so I was like I did like 2 hours of video and I've got it down to like 40 minutes or something. And it was like I was going to show you how to sell puts or buy sell puts or sell calls,
Right.
and to do it like where you're only making about 0.3% a week, okay, but with the amount of money you have, uh it's thousands and thousands of dollars, like with what you have now. And I did it based on 500K, so I had you making 125K a year. The video was about wealth preservation at this point, right? And I was like,
Okay.
this is 125K for you yearly, forever, and the 500K nest egg never gets touched. If you want to put that money into options trading, it's free money, right? You don't have to risk any of your current money, right? Because you're still doing that. You're risking your money, right? And this is like you're
Right.
gonna now. So I'm gonna put the video up and let you watch it. I'm not gonna put it out for everyone. I'm gonna put it up
Okay.
for you, and I might even
Appreciate it.
redo one that's like a million. And this is not even. I get it. You're hot, and you're like, I'm not even trying to mess with your flow because you really could go 10 mil quick, right? There is a few things about the options since you didn't know about the options. They know what you're doing. If you bust out a $300 contracts, that's
Oh
called
yeah.
that's like sweeping. They fucking know what's up. They can come in and steal your ass real quick,
Yep.
right? Like how many contracts did you have on that just today? How many?
Only 140. That's it.
That's a lot. That's not
It's a
that's
lot.
a
Yes.
ton,
Yes. It's a lot.
especially from coming
So what
from
I
one place. Have
so
you?
what I'm trying to do,
Yeah.
Kevin, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm trying to do is that what I put in. This is what my method right now. I'm trying to do is in the morning if I'm looking at a trade and I want to know if it's going to go my way. Now I can do this because I have some money. Okay,
Yep.
I'll buy $250 I'll buy a contract or 2 contracts and see where the momentum is, where this stock is, wants to go. Around 10 o'clock, 11, somewhere around there, this stock is going to move either up or down or flat or whatever. It's just going to go sideways. But let's say it does move, it goes against me. I only lose $200. I'm good. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to scale in. I scale in like maybe
Okay, good.
10, 20, 30 contracts at a
Okay.
time. So it's not
Yeah.
obvious.
So it's not obvious.
Where I'm like, I want 500 contracts.
Okay, good.
Correct.
Okay.
And as I'm getting out,
yeah.
and as I'm getting out, I'll do the same thing. I start scaling back around, 1:30, 2 o'clock, and start taking some profits until I'm completely out, and no one knows. I'm just get in and I get out slowly, get in slowly and get out slowly. I'm not dumping 500 shares because they know they'll move the market down.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to sell it at what I want, So.
Well, you would be surprised. People don't know. So I did a video a long time ago called Iceberg Orders. Have you watched it on my channel at all, on my YouTube?
No.
Okay, so iceberg is a literal thing. I'm recording this, so I'm going to just show it real quick. Well, I can't show it because it'll show my account info. But you can, actually I can. I can do some screenshots. So like, for example, on Microsoft, you can do, so I have a thing called like special instructions. If I want 1,000 shares of Microsoft, that's going to probably ring some alarm bells, right? Because that's, what is that? Right. $346,000.
Correct.
So I would go like, I would click my special instructions and I would click anon for anonymous, and then there's this section called iceberg. I'm going to show a screenshot here so you can refer back to this, and I can put in, say, 20. So instead of buying 1,000 shares, it's going to buy me 20 shares at a time for whatever liquidity is available. It's going to show up like 20 on the level 2. So you've seen level 2, right?
Yes.
So give me one quick sec. Microsoft MSFT. So currently on level 2, yeah, I might even do less. I might even do like 5. So I pull up level 2, and you probably, again, you can look at this later. So it's just probably in your ear. You're not seeing it. But this is level 2 on Microsoft. The most common orders is like 5, 3, 5, 1, 43, 43, 29, 14. So they're very small, right? There's one for 500, which is nuts, and there's another one for 100. So I can sneak it in with, say, even 5. So all that's going to show, even though I want 1,000, all that's going to show is 5 on the dark pool under the bid and ask. It's not going to show 1,000. And as soon as the 5 fills, the next 5. If there's 1,000 shares available, I'm going to get them all. But it's just going to show up like 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, right? So it does hide it, what you're trying to do, and I'm pretty positive you can still do that with options as well. So if you're trying to get out rather than scale out, which is fine, you can scale out, no problem. But if you're like, I want out right now for whatever reason, right? Maybe especially if you're trying to get out to because it's gone against you, and you're just like, I got to get the hell out. And maybe you have a larger position. You should be able to do iceberg orders on your options as well, and it's a very minimal fee. It's like 0.01% or something. Like it's nothing. It's negligible. So it's not free, but it's like basically free, and it's way better because you're getting best fill. You're not, like you just said, you're scaling out. I don't know how much money you lose while you're scaling out, but it adds up. It adds up over the year, especially, right? Because 1 year I did 260 million volume. When I had my 2 mil, I did 260 million volume. I was losing a shit ton on fees and just bad, like getting a bad fill rate, not getting best execution. Right. So it's just something you can look into. Oh, you use Webull though, don't you?
I do.
Okay, never mind. They don't even have it. Fuck. Because you guys are payment for order flow. So this is what I'm talking about. Literally circumvents these payment for order flow because they can see your order flow, and this is hiding the order flow. I forgot your Webull. My bad, man. That was just literally a waste of everybody's time for 10 minutes.
No. Because I also have a interactive brokers. I don't know if that's payment for.
They have it. Well. They have iceberg. I have interactive brokers as well. I
Okay.
don't use it, but I know they have it. I'm not sure if they call it iceberg. I think they do. You can call them and ask them. Best way to
Okay.
figure out how to do it is call them and ask them, because I can't walk you through the steps. Like, you sent me those screenshots, and I was still kind of waiting for you to say, like, this is what is screenshot 1, this is screenshot 2, and this is screenshot 3. Because I was like, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm seeing for your screener, because I don't use that app.
Yep.
So I don't
It's
know.
basically those are the numbers that you have to plug in, and anyone that has a Webull um, can do that because that's a screener, and then you just plug in those numbers. Those are the numbers that I use, and just play with them. And all I'm looking now, I'm looking for the the large caps. So I'm like, I have a screener now from 200 billion to 150 billion to 4 trillion or whatever, to
Three
whatever it is.
trillion would be the top
Yeah.
right now, which is Apple, right? Yeah. So
Correct.
like, you sent me 3
And then
photos, and then the one photo is like filters, market cap 5 billion to 25 billion, and then percent change, negative a percent, then negative 55%. So you're looking for this is you're just look, and then the volume is like 0.02 million to 200 million. You're just looking for every company that went, that the market cap is between 5 and 25 billion, with that's fallen even only 1%.
yes. No, I mean, you can change that. I mean, I screenshot and all that, but basically I put that for myself because I noticed that in that category,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that when the stocks drop around that 5%, let's just say, I'm going to say the large caps, let's say from 150 to a 4 trillion or 5 trillion, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
when it drops 1%, 2%, that's a big move,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I need to look at it. So I
Yeah,
just put that there
Microsoft was
just for
up
reference, but you can put
one
whatever.
and a half percent the other day, and it was 160 billion market cap increase, and the options were up
Yep.
like thousands of percent. So, and
Yep.
that's what I'm trying to show people. Like, the mega caps is where the money is. The mega cap options, and that's where it's always been. But they got us sitting around chasing dumpster fire, fucking penny pump
Yes.
squeeze plays. Just
Yes.
living in the land of we're like, it's naive. We don't know anything. We don't know any better. And the real money has literally always been on these massive like, I can't even fathom. Can you even fathom how much money they're making, like, daily
It's ridiculous,
across
man.
the
And the
board?
insiders, all these guys selling their options, and they're making millions and millions, and the masses are following Carvana, the other one. I mean, it's just garbage,
Siri?
garbage companies. At the end, they end up losing.
Yeah.
Everybody ends up losing money. And
Mm-hmm.
it's terrible. I'm up to the point. I mean, I know Carvana, that's good and all that, but look at today. It freaking dumped. I saw that. I was looking at the screens, and I saw your message come through,
Yeah.
about Carvana. When I just looked it up real quick, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, things down 11%. You know.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were
So,
in, but there was a few things dumping. AMD,
yes,
that, like, that I
that
can't
was.
watch it all, but a lot was dumping. So I was like,
I
he's
know.
probably good. That's why I was like, I'm sure whatever you're in, you're good, because it's been pretty bad today.
I was gonna hit. I was AMD came on the screener,
Hmm.
but man, for some reason, I just stuck with this one. I said, this is gonna dump. This is a large cap too. I
Well,
said it's gonna dump, and if it goes, it almost went 6% down.
yeah, you made
So
240% today on it. 140
yeah,
contracts, like, that's. So what did you put in on this then? 47,000. You put up 47,865 on the trade.
well, first I got in at 20,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is gonna do something. So I dumped another 20 grand on it, or
Yeah, you're
whatever it
getting
was.
very. Your confidence is becoming potentially a risk for you. I think. I don't want to, like, kill your mojo, but
No, no,
that's.
and the reason being is, I as soon as this stock starts to move against me,
Hmm.
literally, and I feel uncomfortable, I am out like a flash. I don't play around with that anymore. I am out. I don't care. I'll take $5, $10, $8, whatever, but I'm out. I'm not gonna wait till this thing is so against me that it's just it's terrible, you know. So I was also in and I went long with J&J.
Oh, today?
Yes.
What? What are you up like 600%?
No, no, no. I wish I got in a
What was
little
it
late,
today?
so I think I made like
1300% it's
eight
up.
grand. No, I think I made like
Oh
eight
my
grand on that.
god.
That's it.
Okay. That's it, guys. You hear that, guys? Are we gonna hang him and use him as a pinata or
I'm telling you,
I
man.
only
Like,
made 8K, guys, you know? Some of these guys are like, I want that.
just you can do it, man. You can do it. There's nothing special about me or anything. I'm not this like knowledgeable guy. I didn't go to like some Ivy League school or anything like that. It's just,
Hey,
you know,
you don't know if
uh,
there's not something special about you. This is like the start of your journey, bro. You're only we're like 8 months in. Like, I don't know what your intentions are. Like, where do you want to go from here? You're at 1 million. How about we ask that question? Where do you see yourself going from this point? Just in
well,
your life, in trading, whatever, in
I'm
everything.
just gonna, continue to maybe read some books, the market wizards, and see what some of these guys, uh, how the mechanics of what they do and stuff like that, and just keep trading and be patient, um, and just keep doing what I'm doing, man. The same thing over and over, and not change anything, not try to add anything. You know, a lot of times, and this would happen to me a lot, and I think that's part of the problem with everyone is that you start to do you're doing good and you're not making a lot of money at first, and it's a little bit here and there and here and there, and you think, wow, this is working, but I want to make more, and so you go
Yeah.
somewhere else and you try to find something else that'll help you, and then you trade completely wrong, and it's like, man, if it's something's working for you, like this Discord, and you keep working at it, just stick to the plan. Be disciplined, follow it every day the same way, and cut your losses as soon as you just get out of the trade, man. That's where it's at. That's what's always killed me. Where like, oh, it's coming back. I'm just gonna stay here. It's coming back. It's coming back, and then never comes back, and they take your money. You know.
So what are you cutting
Um,
at percentage if you put a percent on it? What are you usually cutting out at? If
I
you
would say, man, if I'm in profit and I notice this thing just jumps back up, and I'm looking, obviously you got to stay looking at the screen. This is what it's kind of frustrating sometimes
hold
because you
on,
really got to
just
be
real
there
quick,
because
just for reference, because you said you're on a phone now. When you're trading on a computer, correct?
yes,
How many screens? Just the one, or do you have the two now?
I have six.
Yes, six trading screens.
I had to, man. I went out and I bought six monitors. I hooked them up and everything. I had to, man.
Okay, is
It's just
this when did you
the,
buy six? Like just recently,
this was
or
like, yeah, when I
oh,
made the wall, I was like, I'm
oh
going
my
all out.
god. Okay, so he's become Wolf of Wall Street, you guys.
No,
He's
no,
gonna be
never.
running the Raphael hedge fund here. In 6 months' time, he's gonna have his own ETF like me, Kevin.
We're
Millionaire.
gonna make some
What are
money,
we gonna
man, Kev.
call you,
We're gonna
man?
make some money together. You watch. We're gonna make
So,
some money
so
together,
you
man.
were on how many screens before though? One,
Two screens.
two. Okay.
No, two.
This is what I
Yeah.
recommend to people. Like once you get that extra real estate, it's very hard to go back. Like I almost can't.
Yeah, yeah. I can't go
Three is
back.
like the
There's no
minimum.
way.
Two is like I'm
It
fucking like, damn, I need that third one.
I'd tell you what, I almost feel like I need maybe 2 more, but I think that everybody in the office
Oh
will think
my
I'm
god.
crazy.
Two
And
more.
yeah,
Jesus.
and the reason being is because I can clone the windows. I can clone all those windows, and I'm looking at, I'm looking at the screeners. I got
Hmm.
2 of them open, the screeners, and then I can clone the other windows, and I go into this one, see where it's at, if it's moving, if it's not, and you go back and forth. And
Can you do me a
six is
favor?
good, but
Can you
yeah,
take me some screenshots? Obviously, you can hide your account info, or I can hide it. I just for myself, I want to see what your setup is like, what you're looking at, and I want to
okay,
compare it to mine, if you don't mind.
no,
But
not at all, man.
with the 6 versus my 3, I actually just sent I was gonna go 4, but I was gonna get the wide, like a wide screen, but I just sent it back because
Right.
like I don't know. I think you're probably not. You're using a desktop, not a laptop, probably. I know. It's just I'm already
I got a desktop.
3 is like an
Yeah.
issue already for me. So, but okay. So 6 screens, but he was using 2 before. So I told you guys, you you weren't getting any success from your cell phone. It's like you're looking at charts. You're looking at screens. So if you guys are trying to trade from your phone and you're wondering why can't I do this? Why can't I replicate him? I'm having trouble, it's because you don't have any information. You're literally going blind. You have no clue what anything is doing. I don't know how you do it, and I know some of you do it. So if you want to emulate him, who became a millionaire in 7 months, at least get it some additional screens, guys. Invest in yourself. That's what I say about the courses, like the premium and learning the lessons, or anything. Like he says, check out a book, Market Wizards. I don't know what it is, but
Yes, sir.
I might check it out.
Yeah.
It's probably on Amazon. Um,
Yep.
read, like invest in yourselves, guys, and these extra screens. It's this hardware. If it's $200, well, it's $200. Go get it. If it's $600 and to get you 4 screens or 3, whatever, it is what it is, right? You don't eat out for 2 months if you're scraping by. You get these extra screens so that you're not wasting the money you earned, that you have, right? Because I've said this before. If you have $1 and you go to $2, it's that's 100% gain required to get that to go from 1 to 2. But to go from 2 to 1, you only have to lose half. You only have to lose 50%. So saving the money you have is worth twice as much as actually making twice as what you have. Like it's crucial that you're working with as much information as possible on these trades that you're executing.
And also when I get into a trade in the morning, I try to go real quick right before I get in and check the news to see why it's pumping or why it's dumping. Either way, just to get an idea, because for instance, with that trade, the ASML, when I when I saw that they beat profits, I mean they beat the estimates. I said, okay, so why is it going down? So that right there, that's like a hello, hint, hint that something's going on here. We're going down. I, I'm jumping in. There's an issue there, and so that's how you make money in situations like that, where it's like it's supposed to be going up, but it's going down. Okay, well I'm going down with it too. So that's what you need. Things like that you need to look at. In the market. I sometimes I read some people that they write like, oh, I can't believe there was good news, but it went down. It's like, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter if it goes down or up. You just need to be on the right side. And if obviously you see that it's good news and the stock drops, hey, maybe there's an issue there. You might want to look at real quick and jump in that stock and make some money. Who cares? I'm not in love. I was a GME guy, and that was a bunch of baloney. It's all garbage. AMC, that's all trash. It's just a mind game they play on you, the market, to get people, the masses, to do what they want, man. And I'm done. I want to make some money. I want Kev for you to make some money too. Let's go to 10 million, man.
Yeah, I know. I told Salty, you're making me look bad. I was joking, but like I could care less. I literally, if you could go to 10 million, nothing would make me happier. And with the power of exponential growth, I don't see any reason you can't, to be quite honest. So the only thing today was I was like, you got to make sure that you know that like they can detect when you're pushing 140 fucking volume. You guys in you, but especially, but everybody needs to be aware of the volume on these contracts. So like, what was you were in what the hell was it? ASML,
Yeah.
right? So if I just pull that up, ASML today, and what strike did you have? You had, was it all the same strike?
It's running. Yeah, the whole same
685
strike.
put. Okay, all the same strike. Okay. So I mean,
I know that's gonna cause some attention. Like
685
I'm
strike.
dumping
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that was. You were pretty detectable there on that one actually. There was only 743 total volume, and you had 140 of it. But if you go to the calls side, just for example, it was as low as 25, 53, 81, 264, 409, and 117. So if let's just say you were on the call side of that play today, they would have known. And they could have traded that thing sideways or whatever they had to do to take your money. Yep. So at least like you're aware of it, but just be ultra aware of, like if you're doing 140 options and at the money's only 299, you're like half the volume all by yourself. Even if you're scaling in and out. That's getting up there. It worked out this time is what I'm trying to say, but I don't expect it to always work out that way for you. And again, I just want you to preserve that wealth. I don't want you to ever come back to me and say, "Oh, I'm down 175K or something." I'm trying to chase my wins back because this overconfidence is as bad as desperation. Right. And I know we've all been in the desperation phase. Everybody here. Like something's got to give. I've got to take the risk. I'm holding overnight. I'm out of day trades. I say this like all the time. Don't fucking overtrade your trade limit. No. That doesn't affect you or me, but other people, they're like, oh, I'm out of trades, but I'm in these positions. What do you think's going to happen? And I'm like, why do you have any position if you're out of trades? Because now you can't. Now it doesn't matter what I think or what happens. You're stuck. You're screwed. If you can only trade however many trades you're allowed, and that's fucking it. And if that's 2 a week, well, that's 2 a week.
That let me tell you, that's a terrible feeling to be in, and I've been there. Yeah. And there's nothing. I think it's very disciplined that if you can trade only 2 or 3 times a week, that's all you need. That's all you need. If you make the right trades, you just need 2 or 3. You don't have to be going in and out of and that's where you lose your money there. You're in and out of trades, If it doesn't work out for you, and today you lost $250 in one day, hey, you had a good day. Move on to tomorrow's another day, and just brush it off and move on. And that's it. It's that simple. Just brush it off and move on.
Yeah, it's about quality, not quality over quantity is the name of the game. And Raph, he's been proving that for 7 months now. It's just quality trades. He's not posting 10 different tickers a day, guys. Like he said, he was in 2 today, J&J and ASML. And technically he was in ASML yesterday. So he got familiar with what was happening there. He felt confident. I know they're still asking if you can post some of your callouts. I know. I said you
listen.
got 6 kids and a job. Like you're doing what you can do. You know.
Yeah, listen. I would love to, but and I will, but man, it would hurt me to do a call out and somebody takes the trade because they're just trying to follow me,
Yeah.
and then they lose money and the trade goes against them.
Yeah.
Because it maybe I'm in it and it goes against me, but I'm out. I don't care. I just move on to the next one. But it's gonna hurt them, and I don't want that to happen to anyone. Just like the Discord, you're like, don't do exactly what I do, but learn the mechanics, learn what I'm
Yeah.
doing so that you become a better
Hey.
trader and you can make those decisions like I make, you know. But
Well, you're
because
proof.
you might,
Because if
hey,
you did what I did, you probably wouldn't be a millionaire right now. Because I'm not a millionaire right now. But you learned what I do and how I think and what I had to teach, I guess, and you applied it yourself. And now you're in control. And that's better. That's what I want for people. I only want people to stick around because they're contributing, like in the sense that it's just a group of active traders who can, like, if you know something about a stock and you feel compelled to tell us, you'll let us know, and that could help people or save them from something going, really bad against us, right? Like a community of traders was kind of my thinking the entire time. That was the end goal for me, not a community of followers, which
right,
that's fucking other discords. Like people come in and it's what's the play today, or tell me the play. Why don't you tell me the play?
yeah,
And if you don't know how to tell me the play, that's why you should be here, so you can learn how to come up with your own plays.
right,
Like Kim, she pretty much does her own thing every day now, guys. Sick of losing money. He lost like almost all his money, and that's why his name is Sick of Losing Money, because he was sick of it. And he came in, and now he's doing his thing. Rep's doing his thing, right? He's fucking 6 screens now. He's gone full, like I said, full Wolf of Wall Street here. But like, if it's working for him, you know, we don't know. Maybe in 7 months, he has got, maybe you 10x again, man, and you're at 10 mil. Like, it's not, you don't like. I don't even think in your brain that doesn't even sound inconceivable. That probably sounds doable, doesn't it?
oh yes.
But in January, would you think $10 million is conceivable?
I don't
You
I
know?
don't I don't think the options market, any one particular stock would allow that. So I don't think so. I think
Wow.
over time, yes,
No, I, I
but
mean, I
not.
mean, when you came in with what you had, would you even
Oh,
be
please, no,
thinking 10
no,
million, or were you
no,
probably thinking
no.
10,000?
No, I was thinking $100. If I could make $100
Oh,
a week,
wow.
I'd be fine.
You were thinking
Yeah,
if I
man.
can make $100, I'm happy.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
now
you
your
start off with
mindset,
100.
yeah.
Now I'm thinking 8 grand's like, I 8,000. I guess it was a good day.
Salty's like that. She's like, that ain't shit. I'm like, what? I'm like, fucking give me. I'm like, give me like $1,000 a day, and I would be perfectly fine with that. That's okay, because I don't know. More is always better, obviously, but
Yeah,
definitely no loss is the best day. That's just the best day. I don't give a shit if it's
absolutely.
$10, but no loss. Like, okay, it's ten
Yes, if
bucks.
you live to trade another day, man. That's what it's all about.
So are you so
So
rich now that if there was $100 on the ground, you wouldn't even bend over to pick it up, or what?
no, no, no. You don't. I don't treat it that way. You know what I mean? I just kind of like, hey,
It's
I'm gonna make money. We're gonna keep doing making money,
it hasn't
and I
hit you
gotta live
yet.
the same way. It hasn't hit me yet, and I have to leave it that way. I
I
have
don't
to keep it
I
that way
know I don't
because
think you realize how much a million is. I know you have a good job, right? But I've tried to explain this to
correct.
some people so that they have, like, try to stay focused. Like 50 grand a year, I think that's like 9 years. Sorry, it's 20 years of work, bro, for the average person. 20 years.
Yep.
That's how much money you have right now. That's like a lifetime of work for someone. 25 years is when you're supposed to retire, so pretty close. So that's why I want you, like, I don't know if these whatchamacallit, what was that book called? Market Wizards. I don't know if they teach wealth preservation, but I'm telling you right now, we could pretty safely earn you about 250K now if you were working with a million or like 125K a year, like without you even touching, like with like virtually no risk, very low risk as opposed to what's going on right now. Like again, I'm gonna give you the video. You do whatever you want with the
Okay.
info,
Appreciate it, man.
but even start small, like put it to the test type thing. Like just try to make, take the info that I give you and just put a small portion aside and see if it makes sense, see if it works, right?
Okay.
And I,
Sure.
I figured that it would take you about 20 minutes a week, like a week, not like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to find a specific contract that would work for you. And then, crunch your own numbers, right? If you want to do whatever you're doing, again, I'm not here to step on your toes, but I just want to really ensure you keep that like I never did. So you're my do-over, Kevin 2.0. So we're getting you to at least like 2.1 million, okay? At this point.
Okay. We'll do that. We can double it. Yeah, that's fine. I think that can be done.
Let's see if there's any questions here for you if you're all good. Do you generally day trade the option or hold over one or more days, and usually how far out do you place the expiration?
It's mostly day trade, so I don't hold it out. I used to do that, and I lose my rear end on that. So no, I don't hold it out for the next day. So it's a contract for the week. It's weekly options, and that's it. I don't do the monthly. I don't do any of that. I'm just not sophisticated enough for that.
We discussed it on Friday or on the weekend, sorry, but what are you doing on a Friday?
On a Friday,
Like tomorrow, what are you
two
going to
things.
do?
On what? What was that again? I'm sorry.
Tomorrow's Friday. So tomorrow, like if you even plan on playing, I don't know, but I'm imagining you are going to. What would you do on a Friday? Like what is your plans for tomorrow? Which strike?
Same thing.
Are you playing
I'd run the
you're not going to play
scanner
0 day, or are you going to play the following week? Because I play the
the
following week.
following week. If it's a good play, the following week. If there's a lot of premiums in the options chain, and you can, you obviously you can be able to see that right away. I might jump in it the same day, but chances are, I hate Fridays. I'll be honest with you. Unless it gets wrecked, it's bad, or it's really good, then they just go sideways, and you're gonna lose everything. So
Yeah, and I showed this in the video on Saturday, guys. I showed an option, I believe it was Microsoft, where like by the end of the day it had lost like 240 or 260% value, but the following week's ones actually went up. It went from 20
correct.
to 40 to 60 to 80 to 100%. So although you would have made way more in total on the Microsoft if you got in like at the very low all the way to the high, but if you got in late, you probably would have got screwed. So versus if you would have played the following Friday, so like this Friday, you actually would have made money the whole day, and even by into close, you would have made money. So,
Right.
Just for anyone who's like, what are they talking about? Like, so tomorrow would be considered 0 days expiry. Like they expire tomorrow, so whatever action needs to be taken needs to happen tomorrow. Versus we're talking next week's contracts, so July 28th is basically what he's probably going to be playing tomorrow if he gets into any position. And that doesn't mean he's holding until next week or me. That you'll probably still wind up closing before the weekend is over, I would imagine.
Yes.
Or
yes.
begins, I should say.
Yes.
Like
I do not
he's cash.
stay over the weekend. There's no way.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah, it's too risky. It's too many things happening in the world, and one speech in UN or something like that, and it's over.
Yeah,
everything's gone.
Exactly. Though we don't know what they're gonna come up with. So I've seen
Yep.
weekend offerings on a Sunday night, a fucking offering on a stock, The market's not open, and they're doing a stock offering. So who knows, right? You want to be
Who
be
knows?
subject to that shit? Probably not. Scat Dan, I know you said you're going to live the same lifestyle, which I think is good, but he says, "What car are you looking at?" And laughing emoji.
I'm not. I'm not even looking at a car. If I am, I'm looking at an SUV for my wife and the kids, or a minivan, Toyota Sienna. That's it.
Well,
No
I mean, one way
Lamborghini,
you
no
can
Ferrari.
justify it, bro, is the newer cars are a lot more safer. So, and they
But
are
I'm
more
good.
fuel
I
efficient
got
as
my
well.
truck, man. What's that?
They're more fuel efficient as well.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. What do we got? Any other questions here? Go on. Sorry. I was just talking to myself for a second there.
Ask questions, guys. Don't worry about it, man. Anything. It doesn't matter.
Rep wants to know. So, what about a vacation? You taking one this year now, or what? Some lifelong place you've never been to, or anything like that? You got to treat yourself. I said when you make these kind of wins, you do have to spend something on yourself. What are you gonna do? Are you a vacation guy, or no? Or are you just never taking a break because you have just too big of a family and the job and everything?
I haven't taken a break. Yep, exactly.
When's the last vacation you took?
I think we went to Orlando or something like that with
When?
the kids to a park. That's about it. That was probably like maybe a year ago.
Oh, okay. So it's
But
not like it wasn't like 10
they're out
years
of
ago.
school, so yeah, we're gonna do the same thing. We're probably gonna go to the park or something like that.
Okay, so you heard it here, guys. Calls on Disney. Rep is showing up, and he's gonna make it rain on Mickey Mouse.
I don't want to go to Disney.
Okay.
I don't want to go to
Universal
Disney.
Studios calls on what? Was that Warner Brothers? I don't even know who owns Universal Studios.
They're in bad shape, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think they're okay. I think they're a buy.
Are they?
Yeah, they're pretty low. 12
Anything
bucks.
else, guys?
Someone said, do you have a stock morning? I don't know what that means though.
Stock morning?
Do you have a stock morning? You're gonna have to elaborate, Nam. I don't know what that means. So you only play one stock at a time and multiple contracts. Well, he did say he was in J&J today, guys. So, and he's playing both sides from the looks of it. J&J up and ASML down. What's like the most stocks you play at any given time?
I think I've had maybe five at a time, and it was just too much.
It's too much.
It was way too much.
I've tried to explain this to people too.
For me.
So
for me,
everybody's different. No, it isn't. No, man. It's everyone's human, and you got two eyeballs. Anything more than I think a couple stocks, it's too much. And they're here to learn. So unless you're like some kind of savant, like what do you call those people who can like do crazy things? Like draw, like the guy that can draw New York City from memory. What are they called? Or is that just a savant? I don't know. Unless you're a savant, 5 stocks is too many. Probably 3, 2 or 3. What are you most comfortable with then? Let's forget the max. What are you most comfortable with? 1?
3 is the most comfortable. 3. And then I towards the end of the day, I'm going crazy already. So I start. I'm gonna get out of one of them, or 2, and just stay with one. The one that's really just the one that's going the way I really wanted to go. So. But you got to sit. You got to sit, and you got to wait for the stock to move. It's not just. I know people you get the itch to take the trade in right away and say, okay, great, I made $100, wonderful. That's true, but then you look back and you go, wow, the stock just dropped another 2%. I could have made $15,000 had I just been a little patient and looked at the indicators and looked at the S&P. I also look at the S&P. I keep it open sometimes.
Yeah.
I just want to see where it's moving. If it's just flat, it's just going up and down, and chances are the market's not. It's some of the stocks are going to be down. If it's pumping, then usually all the big boys are pumping as well. But if it's dumping, like towards the end of the day today, that's the reason I stayed in that trade, because I was like, wow, S&P's dumping, Tesla's dumping. There's a lot of stuff going on. Chances are this is going to be, it's going to be good for me. So I just stayed in the trade until I think maybe 3:30, and I was like, okay, time to get out, and I got out.
You're
But
not.
definitely watch the S&P and the markets, because you need to know where they're at, where they're going.
I always have SPY open to the right of me. It's just there. I don't ever trade any
Yep.
more SPY contracts. Someone said today, "Oh,
Never.
fuck it. It's pointless. All the money is on actual individual stocks. The SPY,
Yes.
the whole options every day thing. That's just to take your money. They want your money.
Yes.
That's not our benefit.
Yes.
The 24/5 Robinhood, it's to take your money. The more it's open, that's to take your money, because it's like the casino. The more times you're betting, the more you're gambling, the
That's
more
it.
times you're going to lose because the house wins. But you're not ever looking at the Dow or NASDAQ or anything, just to have the SPY open? Because I just have the SPY open too, but that's not actually. I think if I had more screens, I would have the Dow and the NASDAQ as well.
I was trying to get the NASDAQ and the Dow in there to squeeze it in, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get all that in one screen.
Squeeze it in there. You got fucking 6 screens. Take porn
Remember,
off of one of them.
I gotta use one for work sometimes, So they're like, if somebody calls me, I need this, and I'm like,
okay.
So, but yeah, definitely the Dow, because I think the Dow right now,
yeah,
it's they're pushing the Dow hard. So I don't know. I think this market still got a little bit to go up, but we'll see. We'll see.
What did somebody say here? What is a good strategy to build up with a small account in terms of dollar amount? So I guess I think what they're asking is how much of my small account should I be betting? But I think when you started here, I almost want to say you were just betting it all. I don't know. Or were you betting like 20%, or what were you doing?
I was doing like maybe like almost, I guess, but like $400. But see, that $1,700 that I put in the market, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't bother me. Okay, it's not like, oh wow, all this money. And then I had a Fidelity account, and I had probably like $18,000 in there, just sitting there from some savings that I had. And I was like, maybe I should take some of this and move it over. And I did. I think I moved like $5,000, and I started trading, and little by little. But it was the $1,700 that really cranked me up. And then I just put a little bit more in there, like another 5. No, it was like 4. And then that just, again, I didn't care. So I traded. I was learning. I lost. I would lose. I would gain it back. I would lose. I would gain it back. I said, I need to give me more discipline. Follow the rules, Ralph. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. Follow your rules. Discipline. Discipline. You sit down. Do the same thing every day. If you did this, why did you do that? And then at the end of the day, sit down and just analyze, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. If I say I'm gonna get out at this point, you need to get out. Don't keep going. Don't hold. And I noticed that when I would do that, at the end of the day, I'd analyze, okay, I did this wrong in this trade. I did this. Next time when this happens again, I'm going to do this. And when I did that, and I followed the plan, the strategy, is now, I'm not saying you buy a certain level, this and that. I'm just saying, when I followed my strategy, how I feel that works for me, when I followed it, it works. Okay. And just don't deviate from that. And I know it's hard to lose money, but you have to put money in if you don't care about losing that money, then you're gonna be fine. But if you're worried about, $1,500 or $2,000 or $5,000, that's all your savings, and you're building it. This is don't do it. You're crazy. Don't do that. You're gonna have a heart attack, and you're gonna lose all the money. You're not gonna be thinking about the trade. You're gonna be thinking, I don't want to lose money. I don't want to lose it all, because if I lose it all, how am I gonna? You can't think that way. You
Well,
have to
I
be
feel like
willing.
if that's your position, you probably shouldn't even really be trading. Is what I
You shouldn't be
kind of tell
trading.
people.
You shouldn't be trading.
Or like you need to be as stupid as it sounds. Maybe you need to take any kind of weekend work you can get or something and get a little bit of money. And yeah, that's going to be hard on you because you're trading time for money and it's scraps. But getting that extra money in the account so you can feel comfortable with a certain amount of betting where it's not like everything you have type thing.
Right.
Sell some old shit that you got lying around. Raise money.
Exactly, man.
Right?
And don't worry about it. If you think about it, what I'm trying to do now, and this is something new, is I'm trying to take away, which I don't know how to do it in Weibo. I think it can be done. Is where I don't see the money. I don't see the game. Okay, it's just a blank screen. I'm just trading. Okay, and at the end of the day, or maybe towards middle of the day, I can look at it and go, okay, how much? Okay, how much am I making? Okay, great. This way, I'm mechanical. If the trade goes against me, I'm out. I'm not worried about, oh, I'm down $5,000. Oh, I'm down. No. And the last time I did that, I know this is gonna sound, obviously I've gotten used to trading and all that, but a $1,400 loss, it's not a big deal for me. You know what I mean? If that's all I lose in one day and I can make 20, I'm okay with that. So I'm trying to do that, so I'm more trading than looking at the money, because you get stuck like, oh wow, it's going up. Look, it's 150, it's 130. Yeah, but I could turn around and be 80 in 3 seconds, or be 50
Yeah.
in a minute, or 20. That's the way, the options work. So you have to be vigilant. You got to look at it and say, okay, is this my exit point? Do I like what the stock is doing right now? It's just jumped above the VWAP. Do I stay? No, I'm out of here. And you're done. And if you can make for that day, $1,000 or 500 or 250, you're good. But you traded. You were mechanical about it. You you made the right moves, and repeat that again. And then little by little, what happens is, if you keep doing that, you're making 250. One day you pick the right stock, boom, you're up 300%, and you just made $30,000, and you're like, how did I do that? I'm not, how did I know that stock was going to do that? You didn't know that. You took the play. You were mechanical about it. You knew your entry point. You knew where you're going to exit, and if you felt comfortable, hey, you know what? I'm taking profits and I'm out of here, and you're done. And it's that simple. There's nothing else to it. But the thing is, we concentrate more on the money instead of the trading. It's the mechanics of the trading that you need to worry about. The money will come. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you that. I didn't know, but the money will come. You know,
Hmm.
you will be more. Let's say you'll have you will have a handle, and if you do the same thing every day, you have a handle on it, and you'll understand. Okay, this stock is erratic. It's not moving. I don't feel comfortable where it's at. I'm out of here.
Let's
And
say.
maybe
Sorry, go on.
I'm sorry. Maybe you close, and the stock just dumps like 2 minutes later, and you're like, I look and I go, who cares? I just made $5,000. I don't care. Don't look at it and say, oh, wow, I could have made 50,000. Who cares? Tomorrow's another day, another trade tomorrow. And if there isn't tomorrow, the day after, there's profits to be made. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And if I don't trade tomorrow, that's fine. Next week, maybe I got to go to a show or something. I don't have time to trade. Then I don't trade. The only time, just so you know, the only time I do trade on my phone is if I'm somewhere and I
Alligator
see
farm.
something
Sick.
maybe that catches my eye, but I don't do it
What did you buy
because,
at the
and I'll
alligator
tell you this.
farm?
exactly.
What
Well,
did you buy?
I
What
had
was
good.
it? JD?
Oh man, I don't I don't even remember.
Okay, go on.
But the thing is that where I live, I had good service. As I drove to the alligator farm,
You lost it?
as I drove to the
Oh no.
alligator farm, the data wasn't that good, the phone
Oh
service. So I
shit.
was like having a heart attack.
Oh no. This is putting yourselves in situations where you shouldn't be in them. You know, it
Correct,
just
and
worked
that's what I
out for
wanted
you,
to
but
tell
that
you.
could have been a bad situation. And this is like your day
Exactly.
trading limits, guys. If you're a small account, unfortunately, that's where you're at. He was a small account in January. So it took him a month or 2 months to get out of that, to get to the 25K. He wasn't locking himself into trades though, and all that bullshit. He would make the trade, make the profit, and get out, and then understand that tomorrow is another day, or I don't know how many days. I guess you get 3 a week or whatever it is. So make sure you're not handicapping yourself into praying, is what I call it, where you're just hoping it goes your way, because that's not discipline of any kind. That's just fucking gambling, guys. That's gambling. There's no discipline there. Someone had asked, what did they ask? Do you look at fundamentals, so technical analysis, or you're just like me, probably? Like, I look at it, but you're probably mostly news based and momentum. I would call you a momentum based swing trader myself.
Right.
So
The news. Listen, the news is the news. That's great. You know that. But sometimes the stock does the opposite of what the news is supposed to.
no,
If the stock has
fundamentals. They
bad
want to know if
news,
you look at fundamentals. So like on Carvana, how their EPS is minus 856% and their revenue is minus
yeah,
1.5 billion. You don't even look at that
listen,
stuff? Because I do,
I
but that's not
there's
how I dictate my trades. Because I know the
yeah,
market doesn't
no,
give a shit.
there's nothing to look at. The only thing I see is people are shorting that stock because of fundamentals, and they get clobbered because everyone comes in and they pump the stock, and the shorts get clobbered, and then the longs are long, and then the longs get killed by the shorts, and it's
It's true,
and it's
though.
just a crazy
It's
game.
true.
You know what I mean?
I went bearish for like 6 months. I've missed a massive bull run here, guys, just from having a
Yes.
bearish mentality. I was a bullish
Yep.
mentality, and I said, well, that's not working. I'm losing all my money. So, what must be the right decision? Be a bear. That's not the right decision either. The right decision is do what the big money tells you to do that day. That's the decision.
Yes.
You don't fucking determine nothing on this market. They tell you
Yes.
to be a bull today on this stock. Like
Yes.
you had a bear stock today and a bull stock. You had both. You're playing both sides, which is exactly what everyone in this Discord's learned, and I think everyone is comfortable doing here. By nature, you guys all want to be long. Your biggest win today, ever, was a bearish one. This was a put.
Correct.
The biggest win
Yes.
he ever had was a downside, but you're not bearish on the markets, or well, I mean, fuck, maybe you are, but
Not at
with
all.
your
Not at
I
all.
think
Not at
you're
all.
like neutral, like you don't really care,
I
correct?
I don't. I really don't care,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. But I've never thought this is new. This is new to me.
Mm,
I've never thought this way.
mm.
I don't care. All I care is, am I going to make money? How can I make money out of the market today? Whether the downside or the upside, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not in love with Carvana. I don't care and none of that stuff. If I see Carvana moving hard and dumping, I'm probably going to jump in. Probably, I said, but chances are I'm not, because it's a crazy stock that everyone's in there, and that thing could turn back up again, and they're just playing with everybody's head. Don't get me wrong, you can make money doing that, but just remember the risk in those stocks. The fundamentals are garbage, the technicals are trash, and you're jumping into something that is poop, basically. So be careful, if you step on it, you know what's going to happen to you. you know
Step on a turd, eh? No, I think just keep that
you're going to
mentality
step
with
on a
you.
turd.
Keep that neutrality. Don't develop any sentiment, because it was like even that Western Alliance, everyone was bearish, 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 and it was a bear rug pull on that. and that could have
That's
cost you 6 months of trading. Could have been, well, I guess it was May, so 4 months of solid trading could have went out the window, and you took the profit. You were happy to take the win, and then you weren't like chasing even more downside. I don't even know if you even played banks after that. Did you?
I played banks after that, and I lost some money, and I said, no, 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 wait, there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
If everyone's bearish, then
Yeah.
these stocks are going to go up.
Oh.
And I realized that everyone went bearish on banks, and the news was like horrible, and the banks are going to lose, and we're going to more failure. And I said, oh, great. And that's not true. It's the opposite. Everyone went short, and then they got their heads handed to them when those stocks popped up and went up 13, 14, 15,
They're
30%.
up 100%
And look
now.
what
Some of
Wall is.
them. COF today
Yes.
is 100% up. Yeah. What was that other one? Capital One was like 100% up, 80% or something. It's by
That's
extreme greed and extreme fear. So I don't know if you watch that, but I check the pre-market every day, and I just check where we're at. And I'll just show you. Like I have the link in the resources, but you can literally just type pre-market on Google, and I think it's the first one. It's
I
CNN
think I
Business,
have that. I think Weeble has
and then
that.
just
I've
go
seen
like,
that the gauge. It's like a gauge.
yeah. So it was
Yeah.
84 2 days ago, and today
Oh
everything's
my god.
dumping. Everything's dumping because extreme greed was driving. So it's buy
Yep.
when others are fearful is when you buy, and then sell when others are greedy. And I used to think it was just some bullshit thing that people said, but
No, man.
it's legitimate. It's like we're talking. I showed this not too long ago, but I showed Tesla on the daily was like 82 RSI. I said this is dumping tomorrow, and it did because like that's extreme greed. You know what I mean? Like that's and these computers they prey on that stuff. That's like a
Yeah,
setup. Like they're coming for you. They're going to get your money. So pay attention to that stuff, guys, because
they're gonna get you, man.
when the banks and stuff was crashing, we were extreme fear. And then what happened the last 2 months? Everything has just pumped sky high, right? And if you didn't change your viewpoint, you could have made money for sure, but you weren't making like rep type of money. Your name, can you pronounce it? It's like Reps Valdez. I've always wondered like how do you pronounce this? Repo Valdez? What is that? Repo Valdez?
I can't. There's,
What is
there's
it?
a guy talking. There's a guy talking. I can't even hear.
Who's talking? I don't hear them. Croc? Okay, let me mute. So you guys ask the questions in the chat. Ask the questions in the chat. And oh it's Scotty here. Hold on a second. I'm just literally gonna mute people who don't have themselves muted. Ask the questions in the chat, and I will ask the questions to him so we're not interrupting him. I was gonna say, what's with your name? Your name. Is there a meaning to it? How do you pronounce it? Is it just Repo Valdez? Is exactly how it reads, or
Okay,
what's behind the name?
so the repo. Okay, so I was in a, like I told you, I was in this Discord, on a Discord prior to yours, and the guy, he had this analogy that the reason why the stock market or the stocks would drop like after earnings real hard was that the repo market, they had because of the repo market, all the big companies like BlackRock and all that would go there, borrow money, and they'd buy up all the stocks in the stock market, which
Yeah.
they basically, if you look at it, they practically own everything. And then they would dump these stocks when either they pump the stock when the earnings are good, or pump the stocks when the earnings are bad. And he just had this methodology, all right. And I said, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I said, "You know what? I'll just say I'm going to start trading. I'm going to call myself from the repo Valdez." Just from that, there's nothing special or anything. So,
It's got a
but he
story to
had
it.
some pretty good stuff. He had some pretty good stuff. It's just like, it was mostly bots, like I told you, and I feel like I'm, a bot's telling me what to trade, and that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. It didn't work out for me. He's a nice guy, but it just didn't work out for me.
Yeah, you need to be able to make your own decisions up. That's what I want for everybody, and it's like you're gonna just be looking to blame someone if they're making your decisions for you and it doesn't go your way. And if it does go, and if they do give you, if they throw you a bone and it's good, and all you do is keep going to them for wins, you're never gonna understand and learn why. Like, why would they know what they're doing and you need to ask them? Wouldn't you rather know what they're doing so you can just do it on your own? You know what I mean? Uh,
Correct.
like, and then because if one day, right? If one day, guys, if everybody here is like, okay, you know what? Repo is the only one making $1 million here. We need to hear what he's doing every day, and we don't care about anything else. And in sometime in the future, he leaves. Now, what are you gonna do? You never learned anything. You have to learn yourself how to do this stuff. It's okay if you want to see what someone's doing and follow them at times, but you certainly can't uh, you can't be trading based on what someone else is doing. People have tried to do that. If you did that with Kathy Wood and Ark like last year, your account's down like 80%. She screwed up big time, right? Or Warren Buffett, when he was selling off airlines and then they spiked 200 and 300%. Or what I'm saying? So it's not even just like with him or with me or with another YouTube. If you were, hey, fucking, how did that work out for trades, Matt Kors, Lou versus Wall Street, whoever, right? Anyone that just follows blindly one person, sure, you're there with them for their wins, but you're taking all of their losses as well, and you're not learning anything at all along the way how to make your own decisions, and maybe he makes a decision you don't agree with one day, a rep or me, right? You want to be able to determine, no, I don't agree with that, and I'm not going to do that play. Because what if we go in deep on something and lose a lot, and
That's right.
a lot to him? Like he just said, 8 grand is nothing to him. But if you go all in because you have this blind faith in him, you go all in, and that play doesn't go his way, he cuts out at an 8 grand loss, and he's okay. You might be wiped out. So that's why I literally can't have people trying to just look to us for plays and trades. Like this one guy here, he was asking, he just wanted your plays pretty much, and I was like, well, you got 6 kids and a job. Like that's not even, if you can give us one or two, you will, but it's not really part of your schedule. But
I'll put it up there. I noticed you put a thread on there. I'll pop some tickers on there, and in the mornings and stuff like that, I'll pop tickers and maybe I'll say, hey, I'm in this play. And I did that the other day. I'm in this play. I got out. I lost a little bit of money on there. But I moved on, and I think I made like 20 on the other trade that I didn't. I kept on. So, and if you want to look at it, analyze it, take a look at it, and say, okay, where's and what Kevin teaches, where's my entry point? Hey, look, it just hit the 13. It's underneath the 13 and the 48. You know, maybe this is a good entry point. You get in there and you trade you get into real small. If it's going for you and you see that it's moving, then put another contract in there and scale into it. And then say, okay, now I got 2 contracts. Okay, now I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna sit here and see what this stock does, and wait and wait and wait. And you're gonna see that sometimes when you let those winners run, and you're up $500 or $800, you're like, wait a minute, there's something here. There's something about this of just sitting. There's a saying, Jesse Livermore, that says, I forget exactly how it is. I'm gonna try to paraphrase it. I never made money. I forgot what it was, but it was like the only way I made money was when I was sitting down on my hands. I didn't do anything. I had to wait. You have to wait and let the play happen. That's how you make the 50%, the 100%, the 200%. I'm not trying to go 1,000. That's just so difficult. It really is. I mean, you got to be like, it's like a lottery, man. Okay, I'm gonna put $1,000 in like Salty did the other day. She did great. She,
Yeah.
but she felt the conviction about it. She made the move because she said, you know what? I have a feeling this thing's gonna pop, and she did it. She didn't, and she put the money in it and she got it. Okay, but what would have happened if that play went against her? How do you think one is affected when you put the play in and it goes the other way and you lost everything? You put your $1,000 and it's gone because the market the stock just dumped. You went long and it went, dropped, and you lost everything and didn't even come back that week. And I've done that. I've done those plays where I put in $1,000 and it's gone. It never even recovered. The stock never even recovered, especially when you do it with garbage stocks, garbage companies. Sometimes they don't recover that week. Maybe it takes 2-3 weeks versus the
Are you
large
talking about
cap.
options or just the stocks?
Just the stock, the way
Okay.
the stock moves, okay?
Yeah.
But like say the large caps, like if it has a down day, maybe it might have 1 or 2 down days, and it might pop up and recover, and you might at least get out with your shirt on. Where versus a piece of junk stock that you might buy an option in, it might never come back. It might just drop 30%, and that's it. Your money's gone. So
I don't recommend options on any junker stocks because oftentimes the IV is like it's like so high. Like it might be like a $10 stock, and for some reason the option is like $1 something, and then you look at like a mega cap, and it's still only $1 something. Something
it's
doesn't add up for me there, and I feel like that's a trap, big time. So I've pretty
no, no,
much
for
switched
sure.
my focus to the mega caps. Like I said, there's the section with the market movers, and you pay attention to the first line.
Yes,
So his screener, he's doing the same thing, you guys. So it's like I'm
yes.
saying it, he's saying it. I don't even look at the fucking pump and dumps anymore. I only put it there
I
for
don't
people who
care.
want to,
Yep.
but I don't even know if anybody even wants to. This Screase Play section used to have 28 threads in it. No one even talks about it. I just keep doing the AMC now, but it's down to 1. So that's good though. That means like the whole Discord's getting it. All of you guys are getting it. It's mega caps. It's really hard for them to muck around with Microsoft or a $800 stock, right? Like it's not hard, but it's a lot different than them trying to move a small cap stock that they can move on a whim. Like Siri
Yep.
is it's a few billion. Or that guy today, he was talking about $1 billion mega cap. He was calling it a mega cap, and it was a bio, and I was like, that's not a mega cap. A mega cap,
That's not a mega cap.
300 billion, right?
Yep.
Like I told him, here's Pfizer. Pfizer is what's going on here? 204 billion. J&J is like 400. Yeah, 413 billion, right? What, like AMC is 2.5 billion, and that's meme status. So if it's less than AMC and AMC is a meme, then it's a meme. Or it's like even worse than a meme. Use AMC, guys, since we're all familiar with it. Use that as like a what do you call it? Like a peg for you. Like I said, when Microsoft moved $160 billion on Monday or Tuesday or whatever, I said that it moved 69 AMCs. Because I need to like quantify things in my head. That's what it moved. 69 AMCs. There was 4.1 million of us. And I was like, how the hell do these people they're still out there holding, rep. They're still out there holding, and they're not learning anything. And
Yep.
over here, the real market is just moving Microsoft, which is everyone in the whole world knows what Microsoft is. They're moving it 69 AMCs in a single day. 1% move on Microsoft, guys. 1% is 12 AMCs. 12.
Yeah. No. I wish I would have caught that, man. It was like in the middle of the day, But I was in a play, and when you're in a play, you got to concentrate. You can't be chasing around other stuff. You got to look at it, and whoever tells you, oh, you can just hang out with your phone and go play. No, 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 no. You're crazy. You're gonna lose money like that. You got to sit down and make sure that you're looking at your play that you're in, that trade that you're in, and if it goes against you or you don't feel good, you need to get out. You know, don't like, oh, I'll trade from my phone and I'll hang out somewhere. Don't do that.
When you first open a play, you talked about cutting out when you think it's like you're like, oh, maybe it's moving up, and I feel like I need to get out. I get out. But you didn't say like when you open a play, if it's immediately starts going against you, how long are you waiting, or what percentage are you usually waiting to just cut it out? Because I know the other day when you did mention the two tickers, the one didn't go your way. I can't remember what stock it was. And then like a little bit while later, you're like, I'm out of this play. And then in the games, you said, I lost money here, but I made money on this one. So
Right.
you, how
So
quick are you
what
out of the? If it's just immediately, it's starting to go against you, and this happens. Like you enter it, you think it's a good entry, but it can go against you. That doesn't mean just because you think it's going one way, it's going to go one way. So,
correct. So what I try to do so far, so far it hasn't worked against me, but that's why I told you I wanted to like do very small trades and see how it works out, see where it's going. And if it goes the wrong way, okay, then I just lose, 100, 150 bucks, whatever it is. And then I know it didn't go my way, um but if it doesn't, and if it does and it goes, the way I want it to, then then I get in, okay? And
mm-hmm,
then what I've noticed what I've noticed is that when I am in the play, that I try to get in around 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., and then I notice around noon, two things happen. Either at noon, somewhere around noon, or around 11:30 by noon, the stock tends to try to go up if it's down, or if it's bumping, it'll try to come back down, hit the VWAP somewhere around there, or test all those indicators. Um, and then either two things will happen: either it'll keep going back up, or it'll just dump. Okay, and that's what happens with a J and J. J and J was doing real good, and then the spy started going wacky, and I noticed, I was like, okay, and I saw J and J, it dropped to the VWAP, and I was like, wow, that's too far down, and then all of a sudden it looked like the MACD rolled over and it went negative, and I'm like, I'm out. That's it. And that's how I use the indicator as well, to say, hey, look, the MACD's going negative. I'm out. There's no reason for you to stay there, in that trade. Why am I going to hope that it's going to come back up and I'm going to make more? I don't care. I'm not hoping anything. I'm going to get out, and I'm going to make, whether it's 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. I am out, and I'm going to be happy and thankful that I'm out of that trade. That's it. So if it goes, like I said, scale in a little bit just to see where to kind of test the waters. And if it goes your way, man, get in there, get in there, and always, if it turns again, then you get out. Don't be afraid to get out of the trade. Maybe you might get in and get out 2 or 3 times. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the way it is sometimes. You know.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, guys, this could really, like, if you've been having difficulties, and maybe it's just as simple as that, right, guys? Like accepting a loss quick and trying to find the next play. Uh,
Yeah.
even like I used to average down a lot. I try to avoid it now. Like and at most I do it one time, but I used to do it like all the way. Like I would really average down. That did not work. It's not.
No.
It's a recipe for disaster. You're just chasing and adding losses. Like you're chasing your loss and adding more losses to it, trying to turn it around. And sometimes
Correct.
it's better wipe the slate clean and look at something else. Forget about
Yes.
even that stock. That's fine. You missed it. Look at something else, because I mentioned it I mentioned it in on the weekend. You get a fresh set of eyes in there. And by that I mean like maybe you pull up a new chart and now everything you're seeing is fresh to your brain. So now you have to begin analyzing from step 1, and you're going to look at everything that's in front of you, and you're going to have to make decisions on what you see. Not like on the other trade you were just in, where you're just reanalyzing things and trying to justify, oh, adding more, and I'm going to bring my cost down, and or by this time it should come here and go to this and all this shit. Take the L. Sucks. Never feels good. I guarantee you, even with the money he's made, if he loses money, Raph, he's probably like, damn it, like it's annoying, because he's like he just feels like he should be winning at this point, and he knows what's up, and like, you know, it's not like he was a multimillionaire, so you know no one wants to lose thousands of dollars in the blink of an eye, but he also
That's
knows,
right.
yeah, it's like he also knows when to call it quits and just, again, start fresh type thing, or even just be done for the day. Even if you're having a really bad fucking off day, sometimes it's best to walk away and just come back the next day, because the Discord's here, I'm here, he's here, other people are here, and the market is here. And like I said, I don't think that's changing until at least 2030. Like, it might change in 2030, but I think we have literally, what's that, 5.5 years to try to get free from it. You know, the monetary, like, make as much as you can until then. You know, some shit's going to be changing. But cut your losses quick. He said he's paying. He's done his best to learn. He's done, like, he's tested strategies. He's disciplined himself to hold, is what I'm hearing. Like, you know, to kind of summarize, disciplined himself to hold, to have confidence in his actions, not always second guessing himself, which is, I think, pretty much goes for everyone in here, because we have the PTSD from some of these other stocks, and I don't know if that'll ever go away. It might, you know, but it's going to take a lot of success for that to go away and to erase those scars and that pain. But you always want that in the back of your mind too, because you want to know that in a blink you can lose it, right? He's not betting everything he has, right? He took out 400 or so K of that first big massive win, and I'm sure with these wins he's going to be withdrawing quite a bit of that, so that he doesn't lose a set amount of those gains. He's not reinvesting every single thing, right?
Yeah, I don't need to. I don't need to.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to go YOLO and all this nonsense. That's crazy. That's a recipe for disaster. You know, I know because I've done it. So I don't want to feel that pain of like just lost $10,000. You know, I mean, I want to lose 10,000, but maybe make 90,000 on this, and then I could say that's fine. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it. Now I need to somehow better my loss. Like I need to. My strategy needs to get better to manage my losses. Okay, I need to be better in that. What can I do so that I'm losing less? And then if I lose less, then I'm making more money. So if I'm cutting my losses short, I'm not losing as much. So if I let my winners run, I'm going to be making more. Okay, maybe I don't even have to let them run that much, but if I manage my the other side of the trade where my losses, then I'm probably going to do a lot better. And I've noticed that works. So you just gotta watch the trade. Like I said, one thing is, like, I'm not saying for you to do this. I'm just saying, hey, maybe test the waters and go, okay, I believe that this could happen here, right? So I'm gonna go into the trade. I put in $100, right? In my case, $100. I noticed the trade's going against me. Okay, it doesn't look like this one was good. So I have 5 of them. Let's say I have 5 of them on. I have $500 out there. Then I don't care whether I lose or gain. Okay, but let's say 2 trades. I'm making money off that $100. I'm like, right, I need to look at that one, and then I make the decision. Okay, I'm going to jump in there,
That's
and
good.
I start, and I get in the trade, and I forget about the other ones. I don't care about my $100, but if I can minimize my loss, I'm trying to figure out how to manage that, because I think that's the most important. That part is more important than letting your winners run, because if the stock is making, if the stock is going your way, man, you just like, there's nothing you can do. All you got to do is just let it run,
Hmm.
you know, and be patient and wait. And that's so hard, because we want to get, our satisfaction of like, oh, I just got $150. Yeah, but you could have made 5,000 if you just waited another hour, you know. Um, and that's you just got to be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you how my mind with this Discord and Kevin, how things have changed. How I look at trading, how I look at a play, and losses, and money management and all that stuff. It's like, hey, I don't need to have $500,000 in a brokerage account. I'm not some big shot that I'm going to be
Well, I'm gonna
dumping.
mention this.
And
You might only be protected to 1 mil, just so you know.
right,
I mentioned this before, guys. Your FDIC limits down there are 250K. So if you've got 250K, you need a new bank for the other money. If you have 500K, you need a third bank. And if you have a million, RAF, you need 4 banks for real.
right.
And then you need to. So your broker, you're probably good for 1 mil, which is so you're a ways away from that. But I mean, if you plan on going to 10, do know like you're gonna. You need multiple banks for FDIC,
Right.
just so you know.
That's
It
correct.
is a thing.
Yep.
And
It is
definitely
real.
don't
Yeah,
have
you
more
will
than a
lose your
million
money.
in Weeble. That's fucking for sure.
No, that's for sure.
Oh, what the hell was I gonna say? I was gonna ask you something, and I forgot. Oh yeah. So there's a lot of people all the time, and you say it in the gain section all the time. So because it's well, we're telling people to play small, but I've noticed in the gain section a lot. You go, man, if only people would play more. So I don't want to be giving a mixed signal, and I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just saying I just want to try to be as clear as possible for people. Most are small accounts, I would say, in the Discord. I would say 70%. So if they're small and we're trying to get them to the 25 or higher, right? And you're like, these gain percentages are nuts because we've seen it like 800%, 2,000. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a
No,
10,500% gainer. It was
there's a two-tone. I think two-tone right now. I think he made like over 1,000.
no percent.
He's like up like $5,000 or $6,000. I think.
No, I mean percent. Someone had a
No percent.
10,500% gainer.
He's no. I
Oh,
saw that
Tone
one,
Man?
but that I looked at. Yeah, I looked at the option chain.
Yeah,
I think his contract was the only one there.
yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
I did see that.
so Tone Man did incredible today. Yeah, but what I'm saying
He
but the dude only played the dude only played 3 contracts, and it was $3. He only put three
I
bucks
know.
in it. So, and I said if he would have put $100, that's 31. Yeah, $3. It was like $31,000 or something, 30 grand
Correct.
instead of
Yep.
fucking yeah, because he made 300 something bucks, as opposed to but he only played $3. So I was like, we're telling you guys not to go all in or anything, but at the same token, it's like, what would you say to them to convince them that like I don't know why. I mean, the question is a little loaded, but it's like, what would you say to them to convince them like sometimes they need to just be betting more? Well, is there?
Right.
Does that make sense as a
I think.
question? You know what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah. Okay. So like, it's not the same. There's a certain guy in there. I forgot his name now, and because I'm on my phone, but he does consistently really good. I think it's like 50, 100, 200. And I even wrote to him, hey, why don't you tell me what you do, because I want to know that too. However it is you're doing that, let me know, because don't
In the
think that
chat right now,
I'm
or
making
just in the Discord?
in the Discord, in the gains. I
Okay.
forgot who it is.
Uh,
And I wrote on, I messaged him. I put a message out to him, and
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing there. Make it a system for yourself, how you feel, you feel comfortable with it, and then start adding a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, yeah, you've done three, let's say you've done 2 weeks of those trades and you made 100, but you only put $3 in there. After a while, you're like, this is garbage. It's like, yeah, that in order for you to make money, you're gonna have to put some money in there to see some real gains.
Yeah. Yeah. Tone
I
Man has
mean, if
been
you put
killing it
30
here.
bucks and it goes to 1,000, that's good.
Yeah.
But what if you put $1,000 in there? I'm not saying everybody has that, but because I didn't have it at one point. But let's say you put 1,000 in there, that's a lot of money, man. And if you're doing plays like that, and you've figured out at least how to take 100% out of the market,
Yeah.
or 50%,
Hmm.
50%, that's a lot. And you're putting $500 or 250, it starts adding up, and then you're gonna get better at trading. So you need to put a little more and a little more, and that's how I did it.
Mm.
You know, yes, did I get lucky with Wall? Yes, but sometimes those things happen when
Mm-hmm.
you're in the market and you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Those opportunities come, they show up, and you're like, wow, I'm
Exactly.
going to take it
Exactly.
now. And that's how it happens. But if you're constantly looking for that, oh, I wish this would happen. I wish it'd go 10 grand, 10,000. I wish it'd go to 100. No, 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 no. You keep on trading little by little, and then the opportunity shows up, and you're like, I'm taking it, and boom, because you know it's there, and
Yeah.
then you take the money, and then you move on to another trade, and you continue with your, okay, you only make 50, 75, 25%. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great, man.
Mm.
And you keep on, and then that opportunity shows up. It's the marketplace. These opportunities always show up. The banks always fail. These things happen, man. Things like this, wars, and all this stuff happens. The S&P drops. Oil rig blew up. Or I mean, it's just so much crazy stuff. I wish I would have known during the Gulf with BP oil. I wish I would have known this. I would have
Oh my
become. I would
God.
have been rich.
No doubt, man. That thing was like a year long. It's all you could see on the
A
news.
year long.
I've been trading
They
18
were
years.
so
That didn't even
short.
click in my brain at all. That didn't even click.
Never,
Shorting
never, man.
BP
Some of the things that
oil.
have happened, I was like,
Fukushima reactor
why?
goes up. I better
Yes,
look at some stuff that's involved in cleanups and fucking uh, cement. Like it was affecting
Japanese
cement
stocks,
and shit.
Toyota,
Yeah.
all
Oh
these
yeah,
things, man.
man.
They're gonna get hammered.
Yep.
Insurance companies, everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's Florida
and
right
that's how
now.
it is.
So. Yep.
That's how it is, guys. Look at Progressive. That's a good one that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
they missed
yeah,
their,
you
their
did well there.
earnings. Yeah, because they got hammered, and I'm
Mm.
like, oh man, it's like man, when you're in the market, and you're doing this every day, these
Mm-hmm.
things pop up, and you're like, why is this ticker going down? You look at the news real quick. Oh man, boom, you get in, and you make your profit. Boom, and you get out. But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna make money on the good companies. You're not. It's gonna be harder to make it on the crappy companies because it's just they're garbage.
Well, news will move the good
Large
company.
caps.
It'll and the mega cap. It'll news will move it quite a bit.
Yes,
So,
quite a
or
bit, man.
external factors. That's what even the clusters, right? So,
Yes,
PGR is
yes,
going down. Other ones are also going to be going down. PGR
that's
goes
right.
up. Other ones are going to be going up. Um, Tesla goes down. I'm telling you right now, EVs are down. The whole EV,
EVs are
it's
down.
down, right? The only one that's up is
The
Rivian because they're trying
batteries,
to squeeze that trash. But everything else is down. The plug-in is down. Plug, arc, laser, which is like the lidar. Uh, you know, if you're like, what the
everything's
hell's
down.
lidar? That's
Everything.
that's the fucking radar they use to help with the self-driving, right? But everything is down. ChargePoint, Neo, you name it. So
And
consistency with you is basically it's consistency,
that's
education,
it.
consistency,
And,
education, discipline.
and don't worry about it. There's always I realize this now. There's plays, whether it's a Tesla, or it's a AMD, or it's a Progressive. It's a market, man. You're gonna be able to make money on any of those. So I might be in Progressive, and let's say Tesla's dumping. It has nothing to do with each other. Nothing. There's no correlation. but it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm in this play. I'm making money. You're in that play. You're making money. That's trading. That's just the way it is. Maybe, I didn't see that in the morning, or it popped in the afternoon and I wasn't paying attention and I couldn't get to the play, but you could. You were there. You didn't take a play in the morning and all of a sudden, boom, there's Tesla right there. You could have made 100% in 20 minutes and you're out. You put in 30 grand, boom, you make 30 grand. It's that quick. And it really is that easy. I never thought it was that easy, but it really is. It just takes time.
It's
It
not
takes
that
time.
easy, you guys, but it can be. No, you've had quite a run of success. I would say though it is not. It's definitely replicable. Like people can do exactly what you're
Yes.
doing. I'd be lying to say, oh no, he's just lucky, guys, and that's not realistic. That's actually the total opposite. He's literally. Hold on a sec here. Who is that? Trojan man. Okay, rolls. 1 sec. There we go. So I would say that's like it is. I've been saying it since day one, and that's the thing. I have been saying it, and he's proof. And you guys, I sincerely think you can all do it. Like you can.
Yes.
It's just if you have to work and there's all these other factors, obviously that's going to impede it for you. Okay? No one said it's going to be easy. I never ever said it's going to be easy. I just said you can do it. Right? It can be done. I think there's a lot of people who confuse that. They think, "Oh, it can be done and it can be easy." Those are the furthest fucking spectrums of the pole there, guys. He's earned every dollar of what he's earned, right? Like he's worked for it. And he's taken his lumps, he's taken his losses. Like I said, he posted 6 months of gains if you go back, and he has some battle scars there, and he's better for it though. It sculpted him into this like machine now, like just a superb elite trader. He is in an upper echelon of traders at this point, like, and probably will be forever now, because it's just everything he's known about trading has changed, and for the better. But it's just like it's a whole nother world for him. It's not what we can, and that's what I need to get through to everybody else that comes from that other world. That like I know a lot of us are like, yeah, we're done with the buy hold mentality, but I don't think so, because sometimes like you get that prestige wealth popping off, or even today with Syria, I saw people chasing that. There wasn't really a lot of reason to be chasing shit like that. That's like those are your traps. Sure, Carvana. When Carvana goes to 355 and JPM puts a $10 price target on it and it's $56, and people are asking me, well, what do you think about calls? I gotta shake my head. I don't care that it was 380 before. It was $3. That's proof. It's losing money, and that you can look at fundamentals and stuff, and it's like you got to be, like he said. It's kind of, he was using it kind of loosely. He's like, trade the good stocks, but I think broadly speaking, he means like mega caps that have a proven record, like a proven record over time of just being in business, right? Carvana's relatively new. A company that's IPO'd. They don't have any track record of anything. How could you trade on that? No one knows anything about them. They don't have no record. They just IPO'd. You're gambling. We got to get away from the gambling. The options is gambling to a degree, but it's like an educated guess, right? He's picked a position. He's picked a reason why he's picked a position, and he's momentum swing trading along with big money out there that's moving a $700 stock or whatever. How much was the ASML worth? ASML.
I think 200 billion, I think.
$676 stock. So when that sucker starts rolling down a hill and goes down $40, and in the last 2 days, $100, it's like he said, something's there. You know what I mean? That's not a mistake. And I'm looking at that chart, man. Oh my god! When you say you just sat there and watched it go down, that's pretty much what happened. That 13 crossed over the 48, and then it crossed over the 200, and eventually the VWAP, and it's not recovered at all. I mean, now it's at the bottom, it looks like, and the MACD is about to come up. And you're out of it, right? You're totally out?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Totally
so
out.
now you might get a little bit of a retracement on it from what I'm seeing, but it ain't going to be, I don't think it'll be big, but maybe something to keep an eye on for moving north there. That's quite the drop. But yeah, I don't know. Does anybody else have any other questions for him? I don't want to take his whole day up. He's been really kind. He's given us at least an hour of his time here. Personally, again, man.
Good if you want to, if you guys want to keep going, man. I don't mind. I'm pretty excited today.
All right. What did you already text the wife at all, or?
No, not yet.
You gonna surprise her? Or are you keeping it a secret?
I might keep it a secret.
Like forever. Hey, when did we get a second house, Raph? What? What you talking about? No. Unfortunately, there's only allowed to be 20 people in here. I guarantee you more people have wanted to come in because every time someone dips, it like fills up in like a second. So, I mean, fuck. I wish I had more questions for you off the top of my mind. I don't know. I was happy just for you to share your story and where you want to go from here. It sounds like you're just going to be logging in still, day in, day out. No quit.
That's how you do it. I can't. The thing is, if it's working for me, I can't change it. I have to keep doing the same thing over and over because it's working. The minute it stops working, then I need to stop, analyze, and see what's going on. What am I doing wrong? And another thing I wanted to tell you, when I'm sitting on the screen and I'm watching these stocks, literally, and I kid you not, I'm talking to myself going, Ralph, you don't know where this thing is going. So you don't know what you're doing. There's no way. You don't know where the stock is going. So I don't try to tell myself, oh yeah, it's gonna keep going and it's gonna drop, another 10%. No. I'm like, you have no idea where you're going. Watch this stock because it could turn at any moment, and that's where you need to exit. And I'm always telling myself that. I used to tell myself, yeah, this stock's gonna go up north, and that's where all the problem comes. The news comes out, you're like, yes, this stock is going to the moon, man. Yes. GME, their earnings are going to be great. It's going up. It's going, and it doesn't do anything.
Oh, were you a GameStop guy? Is that where you were?
I was a GameStop
Not
guy,
AMC.
Man. I did some AMC and I lost so much money on that. It was ridiculous.
But did you make money on GameStop or no?
No.
Neither?
No, I didn't make, because I got in like really late, and then I was in the split, and then the split, it went down, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I thought this thing was going to like 1,000, 1,500, and I didn't even notice. I didn't know about the options. I didn't even notice the options that they would pump up to like 1,000.
No one knew about the fucking options. I never heard one YouTube mention. So never. Like trades, he would say, guys, the calls are like full. It's going to gamma squeeze. Because every call is 100 shares. But you know what no one ever said? Buy some calls. No one ever said, guys, it's going to squeeze. Buy some calls. And that's what Roaring Kitty did. And Roaring Kitty only bought calls. He didn't even buy stock. And then he went 53K to 54 million, dude.
Ugh.
54 million. He made so much he had to go to Congress.
I would have. Let me tell you, I would have sold my cars, everything. I would have put all.
I did that.
Those calls, man.
I sold, but I did it into shares because I didn't take the time to learn anything. I thought my DD was listening to other YouTubers, and that's definitely not DD at all. That's that's okay. Nope. That's okay to get some, another perspective or whatever. That ain't fucking DD or anything like that. That was misguided for sure. So you were GameStop. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Ryan Cohen and all these clowns. I mean, it's just terrible, man. Terrible people. We lose money, man. Lose money following all this garbage and chasing all these garbage stocks. It's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it.
I did remember my
You
question.
know.
I think I know the answer, but because you said you basically you replicated my setup and my charts and stuff. Um,
Yes.
I tell people that generally on the stock I'm trading, I have the stock on a 3 or a 5 plus a 15-minute. And then like so I'll have two charts if I'm trading like one stock. And lately I've been doing the option as well. Like cuz you can actually chart the option, like I'll just show it on screen here. Like that would be uh so this would be like Carvana. So you can actually see the option has its own 1348 and VWAP. But I also look at the the 3 month. Now usually it's the 6 month 1 day and the 12 month 1 day. So guys, I'm every time I'm looking at stocks and trying to give you info, I'm looking at 3 or 4 charts. Okay, but for you, are you because you said you've been charting? So what
I
are
am
you? Are
only
you're not using like 1 minute and shit, right? You're what are you using?
no. I'm using a 3 minute chart,
Mhm.
and that seems to work for me like a charm. I think the 5 minutes might be a little. The thing is, I want to know I want to know what's happening. I want to get a feel of how the stock. If the stock pops, then they're 3 minute bars, and I'm kind of like, man, you know what? I'm not feeling it. I'm out. Whereas I'm waiting 5 minutes, I feel like it's too much time, and that that option moves against me. I might lose. I might lose a lot of money. So I only do the 3 minutes. I don't even look at. I used to, and sometimes I'll look at the five and see, but what the way I'm trading, the 3 minutes what I use, and it works good for me. But
15 is like the
on
most
a
accurate
phone,
chart I've ever seen. 15. Like it's very good. I'm
yeah,
just for me, for you guys. But just for the like are you using 3 minute on the option or do you have the physical stock open or both?
I have the fit. No, I have the physical stock open.
Okay. Did you even know that
So
you
I'm
can look that you can switch it and make it say option? Or is this
on
new
the
to you?
wheel.
Well, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm
Not I'm
basically
not
I
telling you
have
to change. I'm literally like I've said this, whatever you're doing, do not change it, bro, because what you're doing is
right.
working. But I'm just letting other people know because just because it works for me or just because it works for you doesn't mean it works for them. Everyone has to find their own groove, right? Where
That's
they can
correct.
get information from us and see what's working for us and try what's working for us. But that's not Michael Jordan doesn't shoot the ball the same way as LeBron. It's everybody does the shit their own way. Watch baseball and watch what they do at the mound. No one's doing the same thing. But they're all baseball players. I hope that
That's correct.
analogy makes sense for you guys. So, or a golf swing. Everyone's got their own golf swing, but they're all playing on the same course. So you're doing 3 minute only. No 5, no 15. You're not even looking at the one
No
hour,
five.
the 1 day. You don't care.
No, no, no.
Still,
Because remember, I'm only trading for that day,
mm-hmm.
so I don't want to get distracted of what the stock did last week or anything like that. I'm just concentrating on that chart, and that's
Okay. Um, but still, and just so you guys know, like I said, his chart is still showing 1348, 200, VWAP, MACD, and RSI. Nothing else.
RSI, MACD. Yep.
No Bollinger Bands. I don't
No,
think
no, no.
you.
I tried all that. It's just crazy. It's just too many things.
Well,
Too
mine
many
only
things.
wants me to do mine only wants me to use 5, and I use 6. MACD, RSI. Like I don't use volume. I don't care about volume. Do you care about volume? Like I can see what it is, but I don't really care. Like I can see it in my
I can,
MACD.
yeah,
So
I I can see it, turning red and green, but
yeah,
I'm like, okay, that's a big bar. All right, let's see. But
not
sometimes
like the
it
specific
might be a big.
number. Like you don't care about that, right?
Not at all.
Yeah,
Not at all. Not at all.
it's kind of
Yeah.
the same.
My
Unless it's
thing
like
is, once
some.
it starts, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, unless it's like an incredibly big move. Like I posted one on the SPY today, that kind of just came out of fucking like nowhere, like these ones. So you would click these big bars, and it's like, okay, that's some serious downwards pressure. That's going to drive us down further, and then it did, right. The very next one, like 45 minutes later, another big massive drop, right. Same with this. This is a bearish engulfing candle right here. So you know when you see a whole green bar and then you see a red bar right after it that encompass the whole entire thing, that's called bearish engulfing. So that means more downwards pressure. And then what happened with the SPY? It dumped off, right? Like big time. Bearish engulfing right there, and then it did it again here, right? And then here, it tried a bullish engulfing, but it didn't. The stock still went up. So it's not like there's never a perfect. The information is not always perfect. And again, this is just something we talked about on the weekend class as well. Was he was in a play? I think it might have even been PGR, and the MACD was off. It was not. It was like rising, and the stock was falling. So just because I'm showing you, bearish engulfing, now that doesn't mean every single time you see a bearish engulfing, you buy puts, or every time you see a bullish engulfing, you buy calls. Generally speaking, yes, but you still want to be paying attention to the 13 to 48, the 200, the MACD, the RSI, news. Because put it this way, I was showing, and I know you're here to hear him, but I just got to add in when things come to my head. I was showing Microsoft yesterday on my video, guys, right? And Microsoft was sideways, sideways, sideways. That wasn't telling you, RSI wasn't telling you anything. MACD wasn't telling you anything. The volume wasn't telling. There was no indication of anything. Then a massive green candle showed up, right? That's when an alert goes out. That's when you put eyes on it. That's when, like, as Raf would say, there's something here, right? So, just because you're seeing some things on the chart, that's not necessarily the whole story. Then I check the news, then I see, and it's still moving, but I still need to investigate before I just throw my money blindly, because how many times has a stock gone all the way up and the very next candle all the way down? It happens all the time. I literally just showed you 3 examples, and he's laughing because he knows it's true. So I'm in the news, and they're saying new product, $30 a month. Right. And so then of course it's riding up the whole day, and I'm like, guys, Microsoft calls.
Yep.
Right. So at Emmanuel, I don't see an Emmanuel.
And I think the next day Microsoft dumped.
And still today too. Yeah. Well, it was ridiculous. It pumped 160. I told you it pumped 69 AMCs on a headline, on no product. They didn't say, hey, we released this product. This product is available. People are buying it. like Threads for Meta. They didn't say, hey, guys, we're coming out with Threads. They were like, here's Threads. 100 million people signed up. And Meta rallied, right? That makes sense to me. Telling me you're going to do something and then it rallies doesn't, for me personally, that doesn't correlate with me. So I definitely foresaw, okay, this needs to come back. That's the psychotic.
And that's the other thing. A lot of it is just a trap to get you to over there. You're up. You're probably up. Let's say you would have gone in there and you're up like $1,000, and you're like, well, this is going to keep going till tomorrow. Let me hold on, and you hold on, and the next day it dumps, and everybody loses their money.
Western Alliance, reversal, Carvana,
reversal.
Carvana, Microsoft, Tesla, whatever. It happens all the time, and then they'll just reverse it again. Then they'll pump it up. They'll that's what I call oscillating, guys, where the stock it's up one and then down and then up, and then it's like a heartbeat almost, right? Or one of those machines. Sometimes that's all they're doing, and they're making money up and they're making money down because they have the high-speed algorithmic trading, and you just have you and a mouse, and that's like a hope and a prayer that what you're doing is the right move. Right?
You gotta, when you make the trade, and like I said, I sit there and I go, it's not always going to go this way, Ralph. I mean, how do you know this stock is going to keep going down? You don't. So you just sit there and wait. And when it turns, and if you feel like for instance, this particular stock, if you notice it, and everyone that all those stocks that go down, they never go down just a straight line down. So they'll come down, consolidate sideways a little bit, wait for the 13 and the 48 to come down, touch it, boom, down. Keep going down, and then boom, stop, consolidate, go back to the 13, or maybe the VWAP starts coming down, and then it hits that sideways, and then another drop, and then or sometimes it hits a VWAP and it just keeps going above the VWAP. Sometimes I just get out. I don't care. I take whatever profits and I'm done. But you got to watch that, and that's part of what you teach. That watching the indicators. If it bounces off the indicators and it keeps going down, chances are it's going to keep going.
So I just changed it to
the
3 minute. The stock you were in today. Were you in it the whole day, or what time did you get in?
I got in. Let me see if hold on.
Because
I know it's going to sound. Wait till I tell you the time that I got in this thing.
Yeah, holy shit! It really dropped in the after hours. A lot. $20.
Yeah. Wow.
You would have had even way more than that, eh? You would have had like probably 200 grand.
Oh my gosh.
Did you not know it dropped like that? Or what? That was a huge drop.
I got in that trade at 9:44.
Okay, so you waited 14 minutes.
Yes.
To get in. So not until like 10 or something. Right away you just got in.
No, that one I did, and I just had this feeling. I was like, man, this is tanking.
Yeah, it
so
rejected.
I just got in it.
That's weird because when you got in, it was a green bar.
I know.
So, and you didn't get scared out at that point. You were just like, no.
Not at all, man.
Okay, and then it started going down like you said, guys, and then it did some sideways consolidation. And then you guys see me all the time. I'm drawing it out sideways, and then it's headed down. So that's gonna typically be more downwards pressure, like he was saying. So I'm just sort of showing you that you can see. But if it was heading this way, like if it went up and then sideways, typically that means more upwards. It's just a pattern. It's never a hard and fast rule. But now what I want to ask you about then on this stock is I noticed, okay, because MACD at 11:30 was like very bullish. It wasn't bearish at all. It was bullish, even though the stock was down, right? And the stock went up to VWAP and up to 48 EMA. You didn't get out there and then like re-enter?
No, I didn't.
Why?
No, I didn't get out. I held, and just because I saw the histogram kind of going down on the MACD, and it was still, it's still negative on the negative side. And I said, you know what? Let me see if it bounces off the VWAP. It came down, went sideways, bounced again, and then it turned red. And when I saw that MACD switch over, I said, oh boy, this is gonna be nice.
Okay,
and then it went down. It did the same thing again, and I just kept following it down, and then it went negative again. It went positive a little bit, went negative, and that's it.
It basically hugged the 13, but it looks very attached to the. I was looking at the 15, and it's like pretty dead on too. On the 15,
really?
onto the VWAP. It hugged VWAP all pre-market,
oh my gosh, yeah.
And in the beginning of the day.
I see it now.
And then just it never got over the 13 like at all. But it was pretty accurate. I'm just gonna look at the 5 real quick and just to see. So 5 it was. 5 looks pretty much like the 3, but there was only like really one sketchy point at around 11:30 where it went up and over, but then it rejected off VWAP. And then, so if you were just holding, then you were set, because the rest of the day all it did was fall, and you weren't really scared at any point because the volume was shit all day, like pressure wise, like it was very low, like you said in the histogram. It was after that moment where it blew, like came up over 13 at 11:35. The volume on the histogram just kept dropping and become very small bars. unless we have our setup a little different. And then on the 3, what did we have on the 3? Yeah, so the 3 would have scared me at 2 points. It wouldn't have scared me, sorry. It would have probably triggered me to get out. And that would have been 11:35 and then later at 1:30 as well. So I would have... It works for you because you're probably more intimate with the play. But the 15 for sure mean like there's nowhere there that's telling you to get out at all. So that's why I'm telling some of you guys, like it works for him, cool. For me, I would have gotten triggered out at 2 times on that one, probably for sure, as me. But on the 15, there wasn't nothing there at all the whole day to tell you to get out, including in the morning. So he got in here. He got in at the tail end of this bar. The very next bar was like, God damn it, it's going against me. But as you can see, it's like a hammer, right? That's the Bulls are winning that bar. And it opened red on the next bar, and then red, red, red. More red, 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 red. Like, so the 15 would have given me ease, like confidence or relaxed me, I guess you could say. I have a hard time with the 3 myself because it's like, oh, big green bar at 9:45, big green bar, big one, with 24,000, and then okay, a whole bunch of red. Okay, that's good. But then and then again 11:30, 3 green little teeny weeny ones, but 3 green ones to bring you up and over. I don't know. Like it works for you, but I just want to show people what different charts might look like on the exact same play, right? But I mean, yeah, and this broke like it tried to test 48 2 times and failed again. So reading a chart's those crucial though, guys. He's not doing it on just his phone because I know some of you are just trading on your damn phones still. I fucking know it, and it pisses me off. Especially the people that might complain like, oh, I missed this, or I didn't get enough of that, or I did it wrong, or I lost money. And if you're on your phone, may as well just put letters in your phone in the morning, hit buy or sell, and hope it works out. Because that's literally what you're doing. I don't care what the stock is. What's the difference at that point? If you can't see what's going on, what's the difference? Am I wrong?
Yep.
Oh. Are you calling in sick to work tomorrow, or you you got to go in only because all your monitors are there?
Yeah, all my monitors are there. Yeah.
What do you do? Are you an engineer, or what are you? What do you do?
I run a fire sprinkler company.
Oh yeah, God, I've asked you this like 4 times, man. I'm so bad with this. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You told me that. Okay. Yeah, you see, it's your own company.
Yes.
Okay. Crazy. Is any one of your kids, are they going to take over the business or what? Are they set up to do it? Did you train them?
I kind of got into this business a little bit later. It's not like I started when I was in my 20s. It's kind of late 30s where I kind of started it.
Mm-hmm.
And I started my family kind of late as well. And I was just busy with other things. I was working for someone else doing sales and all that, and everything was real good. And then 2009 came around, 2008, and I lost my job. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start my business. And I'm not going to depend on someone. And imagine that, 2008, I started a business, and it was just so rough. It was tough, to get it going. I finally got it going. And yeah, I'm sure, my kids, they want to, but the older ones right now, one went to college, and he studied for physical therapist or something like that, and the other one's doing something else with computers, and then the other ones are still little. Those seem like they're interested, but you never know. I want them to go to school, learn something, get a degree or something like that, and then if they want to keep the business, I'd rather teach them how to trade. I'd rather they learn how to trade and make some money that way. If I can get better at this and be consistent with it, then it's something that I'm able to teach my children, and they can do this for themselves. You know.
Well, I don't see why you can't, man. I told you, and I genuinely meant it. It was like I was the teacher, you were the student, and now you went from student to master. Like I'm not gonna say you're expert level trading if you don't, if you're not doing strangles and straddles or cover calls but you're as a trader, you're definitely expert level. So you could definitely teach people. You're excellent day trader, swing trader. It's incredible what you've accomplished. There's not many people that could do what you could do. You're definitely like Roaring Kitty level.
Oh man.
Like I think so. Like
I'm
not even joking. Like you have a gift. Certain people have certain gifts. This is definitely it for you. I don't even doubt you. Like 10 million. I don't even think that's out of the realm of possibility for you. I think that's legit achievable. So I'm looking forward to when that happens for you, man.
Me too. I just want folks here to make their million too, man. I want them to become better traders, and if I can, whatever I can do to help you and to help them, and if it means posting some of my trades and stuff like that, and or coming on the weekend, for these classes, I don't mind at all, man. I want to give back, whatever it is, man. I don't want anything. I'll help. I'll do whatever.
Didn't you get the memo? I'm shutting the Discord down now. I got my one trader to I just wanted to get one person to 1 million. That's it. I'm shutting her down, boys. It's over.
Don't do that. No.
I'm just kidding. What was I gonna say? Shit, I was gonna say something and I forgot. Damn, I forgot. I had a brain lapse there. No, I mean, I only do that if it doesn't impede your trading, and I think right now you're just too hot. Don't worry about it. They can replicate it. The information is there. Everything is available for these guys. It's there. You took, like you said, you went into premium. You looked at the courses and whatever you were able to scoop up from those first classes, that clicked for you, and you turned that into what you are now. So, and I've told people, it's not about me trying to sell premium. It's just people have paid for those classes, and I'm not going to give it to free to other people who don't pay. And as a consolation, I've suggested I'm not the only info available. You said no one teaches what's out there, but in the resources, I do have one YouTuber. He does not teach what I'm doing or what we're doing, okay? But his name is Life of Learning, so it's free. Because like I said, I'm not just trying to use rep to get you guys to buy premium. Like I'm giving you free info here. You can go to My Life of Learning, and he teaches the covered calls and the cash secured puts. But he's managing a retirement portfolio, and he's okay holding stock. And that wasn't working for all of the end of 2020, for 6 months and 7 and 8 months of 2022, guys. I owned stuff like Costco, which was 600 and went to something like 350, 400. I owned fucking Coinbase at the top pretty much, and it took a shit.
Wow.
I lost a lot of money doing what I thought was retirement investing because of what he said, right? So again, what works for someone might not work for you or for me or us. So I mean, he's got info on options and how to look at the options chain, and you can get the info in a different voice than mine, because even that, the tone of my voice might not resonate with people, and it might cause them not to be able to learn. It might be a turn off, or the wavelengths aren't the right. I'm really into some weird shit, guys. Like if I believe in that. Like I believe in the karma. I believe in a lot of things. So, if it's not me working for you, but you like the Discord, so you want to stay in the Discord, but you need to get the knowledge from someone else. That's why I tried to bring Raf in here, so that you could open your mind to what he has to say. But it's on you guys to go take that time and go seek out these other people. Raph didn't know about me until he knew about me. You know what I mean? He had to have been searching at some point to come across me and find me.
Yes.
It's not like I was like going door to door and got Raph to sign up for Discord. He was actively looking for answers to why can't I win? What am I doing wrong? There has to be something else out there, right? So, and I might be a starting point for some of you, but I might not be the end point. And for other people, other places were the starting point. Trades, and this Discord for Raph is probably one of his end points or one of his last stops along the way to the end, right? Like he said, he's still going to go read another book. He's not going to stop learning because he found the Discord and made $1 million. He's still looking to even grow from here and learn from here. I said this in a video last night about like the power of possibilities. And if you haven't watched it, you should all watch it. It's on my YouTube. And I was like meet Kevin. He started with 1 house, 2 houses, 4 houses, 28 houses, YouTube channel, ran for governor, started an ETF, land developer, private jet, right? Mr. Beast, 1 YouTube video, 2 YouTube videos. Now he's the most earningest YouTuber of all time. And his channel is worth approximately $7 billion. He was in such a position, he turned down 2, right? Like no, even Elon Musk, right? Started whatever he was doing. Then he did PayPal. And then he moved into Tesla. And then it was like Starlink, SpaceX, Boring Company, Twitter. Now, it's more Tesla, but Tesla is really much more than Tesla. Like, he's doing shareholders a disservice because really he's trying to do like AI, NVIDIA, like all these things, minerals, like, what do you call it? Like mining and distribution of raw materials. Like it's a whole micro, like if you could break Tesla up into like 80 companies at this point. Like I'm not even joking, which is probably why it's 4,500 a share. But the point I'm trying to make is like, you shouldn't ever try to stop unless there's like a reason to stop or you feel fulfilled, right? And if you don't, keep going with it. Keep trying to, swap movie night for, like I said, on Saturday, and including Raph. Raph was here on Saturday. We sacrificed 3.5 hours of our Saturday, which I don't think any of us even looked at it like a sacrifice. But other people might look at it like, oh, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to go to a weekend class. I worked all fucking week. I'm tired. But we put in that extra 3.5 hours, and maybe that was all Raph needed to do to be that much more prepared for this week. And this was his best week ever, other than in May. Like, well, I guess this was your second best week, right? Second best, because May, I don't think that's probably the tops. But
actually, this was the best me putting on trades, because that one was just it happened. The bank,
that was the single most, but not
exactly
like the best trading week. This was the best.
Yes.
And again, like, so he put in the time, we put in the time, and like 12 or 13 other people put in that time, and they didn't. You don't have to do it here. I keep saying that. I'm not trying to shill my one extra product that I offer. I'm saying do something. Do it anywhere. Do the book. Do the other YouTube channel. Just do Google articles. Learn the candlestick patterns. All that stuff is in resources. If you haven't gone through resources, Raph, have you gone through resources?
I went through resources when I first came in. Yeah.
But not since?
No, I didn't. No, when I first got into Discord, I went through all that stuff.
I've updated some stuff, so you might want to revisit it. Yeah.
Yes.
But maybe you didn't know I updated. But I constantly am adding things in there, guys, as I deem them necessary to be added. And so it's not like a lot. Since you joined, since the Discord has been around for about a year now, and you joined in January or December or January. I think January. I definitely added things this year for sure.
Okay.
So there's going to be some things
Oh, I'm
in
gonna
there
go back
for you.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you guys, was there any? Do you remember anything in particular when you did look at that really helped you or stood out to you from before, or was it just the chart
It's
setups?
the indicators.
Yeah.
All the charting and all that. That really helped me a lot. You know, going, and I have used it. For some reason, I've been stuck with the 3 minute, but I used to do that a lot before. Use the 3, the 5, because you use that on the Weeble, the 3, the 5, and the 15, and the super trend.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I would use that. But I've gone away from that.
Did you take off super trend?
I don't put it on there just
you don't
because
want
I
to
feel like
be.
it's too much. Yes,
You don't want to be
I don't want to
influenced.
be correct.
Yeah, I haven't been
Yes.
looking at it much at all, man. Myself, I'm not, but it's actually pretty accurate. When I do look at
It is.
it's fucking scary
pretty good.
accurate. So
Yeah,
it might help
it's
some
pretty
other
good.
people, but he's kind of like me. That's why when I'm like doing earnings, and you guys see all of the text in earnings, that's all me hand typed. I don't go to TradingView and get any outside influence on what I think is or isn't going to happen with earnings or anything like that, right? And it's kind of like super trends the same. And just for your record, Raf, when I say the 3, the 5, the 15, I just mean the 3 or the 5, not both, and then end the 15. So it's not like you don't have like 4 charts or whatever open for one stock.
No, but that 15, and when you told me about it right now, I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's so smooth.
Yeah, I think that's actually going to help you.
Doubt.
I'd like you to practice with
so
it.
Too.
Don't try to change what you're doing necessarily, but just keep it in the back of your mind. Even you know what? Don't use it for the next week or whatever, but at the end of the day, go and review review it on the 15. And then if you start seeing, wait a minute, I think I like this, then maybe try some trades, right? Because right now you are in the zone, and I don't want to change your zone at all. I want you're the race car driver that knows the ins and outs and every nook and cranny of his car and how it's like you're a part of it. So don't let me come in and gum up what you're doing. I'm definitely not trying to change, like, what's the like analogy or whatever, like I'm not trying to like alter your path here. Definitely please just do what you're doing, but I can tell you like that 15 when you took a look at it. So and I think it actually might calm you down a bit too if you ever are having that kind of like if you're antsy because maybe you're way up,
yes,
or whatever.
Yep.
Because like if you look at it, that would have been telling you like you got nothing to worry about here, bro. You know,
right?
Like this one wasn't even on my radar, guys. This ASML, this is all him. I didn't know about this stock at all, and I think it was in the earnings, but when I'm doing earnings, I'm just in the zone. I'm like, yeah, this is good one to add. Like I'm just, and I'm sometimes it's stuff 1,600 fucking tickers, so I don't even know. But yeah, 15 looking 15 on that for 2 days looked like if anyone went all in on that bad boy.
Oh,
holy
my goodness,
shit,
man.
That's like,
oh my goodness,
I can't imagine how like that is insane how much that moved in that's actually like I think they should open an SEC investigation into that. That's how crazy of a move that is.
Look at when you told me about looking at the charts, I looked at the daily. Look at the daily and see what it looks like.
Okay, let me pull it up for you.
Look at the daily.
You did the 1 year, the 1 day, or the 6 month 1 day?
Let me see what I have
I'll
here.
just do the 1 year.
It's just for 1 year. Look at.
Yeah. Pumping and dumping and going right back to 200 EMA, 200 EMA, 200 EMA, and right now what's it doing? It's gapping down though, so these gaps are going to have to fill at some point. This is actually an abnormal move for this stock entirely with these big gaps.
Yep.
Because if you go back, it's very what's the word? Organic in a sense. There's like one big gap back in April, and then an actual gap up in January and a gap up. It's getting these gap ups every few months, actually. November 10th, gap up. January 10th, gap up. What's going on here? A little bit of a pattern here. May 20th, and what's today? 24th. I guess no real pattern here, but every month or so seems to be some massive gap on this stock. Just looking back, like big ones too. Pretty crazy. I'd have to see when the earnings are on this thing. It's probably something to do with that. Mine says D, so dividends were coming up. It gapped up a few days after. Earnings gapped up a few days after. Dividend, that time, nothing. My program kind of sucks because it doesn't always show dividends and earnings. Like today, there should have been. This went through earnings, right? This ASML or no? Do you know?
Yes, it was yesterday. It was earnings.
Yeah, so I should have an E on my program, and there's no E. So like it's fucking weird like that. The only E I see is back in December 31st, which would be annual. So it's like it's only showing me. Yeah, it's only showing me the annual, and then December 31st, 2021. It's not showing me any of the quarterlies for some reason. Does Webull tell you that on the physical chart or no? No?
It says sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, weird. So even the programs are a little bit behind, but yeah, the yearly. Yeah, it's. I mean, the daily doesn't even. I couldn't trade that on the daily. There's no way. It doesn't make sense at all.
No, not at all.
What I can see though is it's the RSI is like 38. So I mean, if it so manages to have one more down day, it's coming back up right after that. Barring this company is about to go bankrupt or something, I would think, because it looks like it wants to check that 200 EMA again, like it's headed right for it, you know.
We'll see tomorrow, man. See what happens, you know?
Yeah.
It pops up.
What are your feelings on tomorrow? In general,
Nothing
if you have
right
any.
now.
Yeah, exactly. You're just waiting to see what happens, right?
And see what happens. I'm not looking at particular stock because I don't know what it's going to do tomorrow, you know?
Exactly.
So I'm not going to jump on it. Oh, it went up after hours and it's going to keep going. That doesn't work. I've been burned so many times. It's just wait till tomorrow and see what happens. There might not be no place tomorrow, you know, and I have to accept that.
You're so hard done by if there's no place for you tomorrow. It's been a rough month for you.
Yeah, it's been rough, hasn't it?
Oh shit! I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing you, man.
No, man, no problem.
No, yeah, I know. I mean, that's what it is, guys. You just need to go in fresh every morning if possible. Fresh set of eyes, fresh mentality. How do you get good night's sleeps? What time you going to bed?
I usually stay at work till like 12 or 1.
Workaholic
so I don't get home till like maybe 1.
Jesus. 12 or 1.
So about 1. Yeah, sometimes I'm in bed by 2 and then I'm up by I try to get up around 7 and then head to, because I live like 15 minutes away from my office.
Oh, okay.
So I just head out there and then sit down and get all the charts ready and then start looking around and just wait till the bell rings. And then just be patient. Just be patient, man. Be patient. You know. Now there's some guys out in this Discord that scalp really good. Like they can get in like in the beginning, you know, of the day and just boom, the start of the day, and they can get out and make some money. You know, I can't do that, man. I can't. I have to wait. For some reason, I just have to wait for it to happen. You know, so.
I'm pretty sure any one of the people in this Discord would trade whatever they're doing for exactly what you're doing day in and day out, and they would all be where you're at. So I don't even that shouldn't even be your mindset. Like that's cool, they can scalp and all that like that. That's what I did today. Like I did an 8-second scalp, right? But if I didn't do the 8-second scalp and I just looked, you know, I was paying attention to what I was doing more intimately. I told you that's 22G. Right, even if I got in held and went up even only to like half of that. That's 11, 12,000. So scalping isn't necessarily a good thing. Scalping is also too, like, you can just as easily get caught. I remember I scalped Tesla before I went fishing last year, just in September. And I was like right at the market open, because Tesla's always crazy in the morning. It's always like one fucking big red bar or a green bar, and then like there's a just insane amount of volatility in there. So you can usually just basically put in a number and then try to get out all within, like, right away within the first few minutes. And I was like up something like 12K like right away. And then I got greedy and I did it again. And I wound up losing like 45,000 last September, guys, doing that, trying to scalp. And then it ruined my whole fishing trip, because that's all I thought about. Because I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So even scalping is almost like it's almost like the pump and dumps. It's like you're really playing with fire, because you're not really looking at the charts or nothing. You're kind of going on probably you're going on a news or just a gut feeling, or you know what I mean? It's just, if it's less what's the word? Less I can't really think of the word, like less, like it's not disciplined trading at all, I feel like. Which is fine if they're good at it, whatever. But keeping in mind the gain section is just people mostly posting gains, not necessarily posting their losses. Guarantee you everybody in the gain section, guys, has losses. I have losses. He has losses.
Oh, yes.
It's like, it's called the gain section. It's not called the loss. It's at some point someone told me, oh, can you put in a losses section? And I was like, no, I'm not going to put in a losses section so everybody can go in there and have pity parties and bitch and complain about their losses, and then, like, get down on themselves and be reminded of all the money we're all losing, or make fun of other people. Oh man, that sucks. But in reality, they're going, oh man, that guy's an idiot. He fucked up, right? Like, I don't even want that. I'm trying to set up like the winning mentality here, and that's kind of the gains. That's why I was always like, come on guys, post those gains. I had like a couple people get mad at me. Well, stop asking us. We know every day. We know. You tell us every day. Post in there. That's like a checks and balances, guys. That keeps people honest with themselves. That keeps people reminded that there's like a Raf or a Salty or a Frankie or a Joe getting, or people out there getting 800%, 12,000, 10,500% yesterday on some random stock. Like that, it's possible that. So it's checks and balances, and it's like a positive area and reminder, and I think that's like a helpful thing, because even just a positive mentality coming in is a key component of the winning mindset. Because if you're coming in negative and you're coming in with all this bad energy, maybe you're setting yourself up for failure on the day, right?
Right.
I noticed, actually, Gentleman's Wood, man, I have to have a chat with you later. Just so you know, I did mute you earlier because your mic was on, like it was just like on. It wouldn't stay off. So if you've been trying to talk and you're muted, that's why. Anyone who's muted right now, like that's why. Emmanuel and YOLO. But the chat is available if you just go up on the right and click the chat. So, I don't see any questions from anybody at this time. So I don't know. If you're ready to enjoy the rest of your evening, I am happy you joined us here.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
I guess we'll have to set up a $2 million $2 million group session, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to get more than 20 people in here. what was I going to say? So just as a reminder, like this is going to be at the tail end because I'm going to put this video up on YouTube, if that's cool, so that anybody in here they can rewatch it and other people on YouTube can see. Because I sincerely like am trying to help other people, this retail community, to do better. The reason we had this today, so again, this is just a reminder, and to anybody, because the first 10 minutes got cut off. Why we're here is that this individual with the Darth Vader mask, okay, his name's Raphael or Repovaldes. He came into this Discord community, this Discord group that we have, with little money, $1,400, and then a little bit of money from a second account. So he said I think you said you moved 5,000 over, because I just want to be accurate. And today, guys, he surpassed the $1 million mark. He has all of his trades posted in what we call the gain section here. For the first 6 months, and he has his other wins posted. Today was what put him over, was the ASML put. He had 140 puts, and he turned that today, guys, single day. So he did invest a lot. This is probably more than a lot of you even have in your whole trading account. He put in 47,865, but he took out 115,228 same day, investing in a mega cap company in the options chain, and that's how he's gotten to where he's gotten. He's done it through the options chain, day in and day out, for the better part of going on 8 months now. So it's not like it happened overnight for him, because I do have some old videos that it's like 1,000 to 10 million in like 12 trades or something like that, right? And that's with 10xing and exponential growth, putting all of that money right back in, and then after so many trades, you have $1 million or whatever the hell it was. I mean, 10 or 11, 12 trades. I don't know what. It's an older video, but so he's put in the work over 12 months. He's living proof it can be done. He did it. You can do it. Anyone can do it.
Yes.
No one says it's going to be easy. I'm just saying it is possible, and it does happen for people, everyday people. This is not. He's not an 18-year-old. He's not a 21-year-old. With no obligations, who just day trades all day. He's he has 6 kids, a family, a business that it's his business. So, and he's, with all that on his plate, he's still able to achieve this level of success with the time that he's provided in the day. Meaning, like all the excuse people who have an excuse, really 6 kids. Honest to God, I can't even fathom the response, like the level of responsibilities that is. Like 1 kid. My sister, it's like 1 child, and she's like, it's a big part of her day. 1 kid, and he has 6. Obviously 2 he says are more adult, but just in general, and a wife and a family and a business. And a business is like, it's like having like 3 jobs, your own business. Okay. So, because I've owned my own business in the past too, and it was just me. But and sometimes I would hire help. That's it. But, successful in many aspects of his life, but also an all around good person. And we came here to celebrate his achievement, pretty much. And again, from me to you, man, congratulations. I'm gonna get that video fine-tuned about the options for you, like I said. So if you want to do learn at least a little bit of a safer method for some of those funds, just can kind of giving you more options. And in it, I explain, like, some people, they go the real estate route, but that's not necessarily profitable or safe. So this is just like, because you're already doing the trading, so it pertains to you, and it's just another strategy, right? So it's something that you're going to learn, for at least for sure, but it might be something that's all you do in the future, especially with what you have now. Like I said, you're easily I'd say quite easily you could be making like 250K this method with, and we're talking as minimal risk as you can get. Like if we look at the in the money probability, it's going to be like 1%. So probably, I don't think it's going to get any safer for you. And I think that's like, you know, I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but I think 250K a year, basically for life, that's pretty easy living. And then that's technically you're doubling up in 4 years. You're doubling up. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
anything you
and
want to...
I just want to say, hey,
yeah.
Yes, I want to say I appreciate everything you've done, the attention that you've given me to help me and answer my questions when I needed it, and I really appreciate. I'm so glad that you set up this Discord, and I'm very happy that I found the Discord, found you, and got some really good folks on here. And I am hoping that in the next couple months, a lot of these folks are going to start posting some really good games, and they're going to understand, you know, what trading's about and what they need to do. But again, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. At some point, I want you to start making money, man. You got to put some good trades in there.
Yeah.
And make some money for yourself.
You're throwing me under the bus.
No,
I make it. I'm just not, you know, I do have, I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to make sure that,
believe me, if it's hard for me to just look at two stocks, I can imagine you're putting out all these plays. And I told you this before, I just don't even know how you do it. It's like, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be, there's no way. I mean, you've got something that a lot of people, there's no way I can't do that. That's too much. I feel like you put up all these screens, you call the plays. I'm like, wow, man, how does this guy, you know, cut and paste and look at this play. Hey guys, look at this. It's unbelievable what you do, man. It's unbelievable. There's no way I can do that. I can't. So I just want to tell you, thank you very much, man. And I'll be taking care of you. Don't worry about that.
You already have, and I know you will, and it's all good, man. It's like a little bit of a partnership at this point. But again, I think, like, man, you know, like I said, the last leg of this has been all you, and just exactly like you put in the work, and you're reaping the benefits of what you put into it at this point. So, and I know you're gonna have continued success. I've said it multiple times already. You know my feelings. I'm always here to, if you ever have any question about any play, maybe you do something and you need my input on it. Like, obviously, you know where to reach me. If you need my phone number or something in case of an emergency situation, whatever, I'm there. Something that came up today, actually, in the live stream that you might not be aware of, that actually, for whatever reason, it just came to me. So there's tickers that have adjusted options chains, and do you know what that is? Have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay, good. So, for example, AMC has it, and you're probably never trading AMC, but this isn't the only one. It's happened on quite a few tickers. Anytime like a corporate action might affect the options chain, they have to like edit the options chain on the leaps or something. So this might come more into effect around, say, January's. So you might not encounter this until January, but maybe January comes along and you encounter this and you think it's some crazy good option, and then you get in it, and then you're getting boned because you didn't even know it existed. So on Webull, I don't know how it shows, but on my program it shows as like, it'll be like the options chain, you know, it'll be like AMC calls January 19th. 2024, right? But then there's also January 19, 2024, and in brackets, a 1, okay? And that's called an adjusted option. And that thing has APE included in it. And the reason it has it is because when they made APE, they had already sold these January calls. And so now these calls existed that APE didn't exist, but these calls existed. So they had to adjust that call. And it's happened to me twice before, and the first time that it happened to me, I didn't know, and I made a big mistake, and I lost money there. And the second time, I I just didn't see it. I wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention because it also shows up as an A on my platform. So just for everybody, I'm gonna, and because you're gonna review this video probably afterwards and take a look at what I'm saying. But you can see here, so there's a brackets 1 and then an A for adjusted, and if you hover over it, and like again, I don't know what it's like on your platform for it, but it tells you why is it adjusted. And again, it's not like it could be anything. It could be ASML, it could be Microsoft, it could be Tesla. You'll have to just pay attention and make sure you're playing the correct. You don't want any adjusted option ever. You don't want to touch it. They're always out of the money, like they'll never be profitable. They've just been adjusted for the people that had them before. Like they're never a good play. So just you've learned today a couple of things. One of them being don't ever make sure if you see for whatever reason 2 options on the same expiry date, one of them is an adjusted one, and avoid that. Stay away from that entirely.
Gotcha.
And other than that, man, keep doing what you're doing. Don't change shit, man.
Thank you, man.
Just
thank
rock.
you. Thank you.
And I'll be joining you in Profit Land soon enough. But if I,
yes,
my mentality was if I take care of 10 people, 10 people will take care of me. If I grow the channel and it's larger, I don't foresee it at this point. I think we've kind of peaked out, which is fine by me. But it's always like a balance in the universe, right? A yin and a yang. I don't necessarily need to make the money myself. If I've elevated you and you've taken care of me, we both, we're both ahead, right?
Yep.
So it's the same with anyone or whatever. It's all good. It's not my sole purpose and my sole focus. It'd be nice, but it's not like the sole thing. So anyone new who's watching, I'm not just, I do want to help you almost more than I want to help myself. Because like I told him earlier, seeing what he did, that gives me a bit of a purpose, right? When you work from home and this is all you have, this is that's the reward. That's he's like my earnings call. Well, we did good this year, guys. We produced a millionaire. You know what I mean? We have a few up and comers. So it's I'm just happy for whatever reason we crossed paths, like God or fate or whatever you want to call it. And I hope some other people out there got this far in the video and then they see for themselves again, what can be achievable. And I'm gonna have to come up with a new color for you. There's 2 black people, which is like my lifetimes, but you're gonna need your own. It's gotta be, I don't know. I'd like to be green, but that's standard. So I might have to change standard just so you could be green now, because we're gonna need the Millionaires Club at this point.
There you go.
What color? What's your favorite colors? Top 3.
I guess blue.
Blue,
red, and yellow.
Blue, red, and
but
yellow.
Blue, definitely blue.
Blue. Okay. Well, that's premium, so we're gonna have to we'll switch that up then. We have to get you your own color. That's what happens when you make $1 million, guys. You get your own Discord color. Woo! Oh man. Oh, we got something here at the end here. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's from before. I'm going to do it. Congrats, Brep. Thanks for sharing. Joe T,
yes,
I traded for 15 years. Yeah, Joe, I traded for a long time. I traded for 18 years. But it wasn't like I'm doing now. It wasn't necessarily. I think now more than ever is what we call trading. And being a trader, like he said, or I think that might have even been for you. I thought that was for me. You traded for 15 years, correct? I think that's what he's asking.
Yes.
Yeah, he's asking you.
Yeah, I didn't really trade. I didn't trade. That's not called trading.
Yeah. What did you do for 15 years? Because I'm in the same boat. I don't think I was necessarily a trader. You just bought stocks, right?
I bought stocks. I did these complicated options, but I didn't understand them. You know, it's like
iron condor and butterfly and shit.
Butterfly, condors, all this
too
nonsense.
much. It's too much. Yeah, it's too much.
It's way too much, man. And then I did Forex, which is even worse. That's like, you just might as well throw your money away, you know?
My one buddy did very well on Forex back in the day. I don't know how it is now, but he did really well on it. But I mean, I think the new Forex is just Bitcoin, but that's, I don't know, a bit of a scam too.
Yeah. I'm not gonna chase anything, man. I'm just not gonna do it. You know?
No FOMO.
I'm not gonna chase anything. I'm gonna let it come to me. I'm not gonna chase it. You know?
One quick question regarding the scanner from Joe Stars. Joe Stars is also an all-star in the group, guys. He's going ham on the news every day for us. He's awesome.
Yes, he is.
And he's hitting a lot of them 800% gainers and shit. So I need to see Joe Stars become a rock stars. Like for real.
Yeah,
Frankie makes banky.
He's one of those.
Yeah.
He's one of those that hits those numbers, man. I'm like, wow, 80, 100. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
So he says, what parameters you set for market cap? It looks like you had 3 though. You had, what is this one?
I have a new one now that I set up. I think I told you it's either 150 billion.
Yeah, it says 1,000 billion, which isn't that just a trillion?
Yeah, but the new ones I have 99999 because you don't really put anything in there. I just put 9999. I don't really. It doesn't matter.
I mean, there's only a few $1 trillion companies though. Like that doesn't even include Apple technically or Microsoft. So that scanner wouldn't alert you to Microsoft. That's probably why you didn't see Microsoft Monday, because you've only gone to 1 trillion.
It pops up.
Oh, it must be larger than a trillion or something.
It is larger, yeah.
So just infinite is what you're saying. You just go to infinite.
Yes.
50 billion to infinite, and it looks like it's giving you 296 matches, and then you do the percent change. You're doing one that's for positive change and for negative, correct? Like plus
Correct.
1
Yes.
to 172, and then minus 1 to minus 172. Why stop there?
Correct.
Why not have it at I don't think a mega cap is ever going to be plus 172% on a mega cap though, eh?
No, I know, but for some reason, when you start messing with this,
15?
that scanner is the scanner is such a piece of junk that if you start messing and bringing it closer, sometimes it doesn't even pick up any companies. I'm like, so I had to play with it and say, okay, let me do this and move it all the way over here. Oh, it works. Okay. So I just kept it that way, but it's not like this wonderful scanner, you know, it's not the best in Webull, but it's just, to me, the options there, the option chain, and being able to put the play in, it's so much easier and faster than Interactive Brokers, Fidelity. It's like, it's so weird, you know. Their platform is like antiquated, man. It's old, you know.
It is old. I tried to use it, and their fees are horrendous on Interactive Brokers. I don't know about you guys, but for Canada, it's like 3 times, and I'm already paying high ass fees. Like if I could trade options without fees, holy shit! Like I would literally have saved about $20,000 last year.
No, Interactive Brokers doesn't charge any fees either. In the
For
US.
you guys, wow, it must be nice. There are insanely high fees in Canada. Like it's not even funny. Like you can't even trade low value ones at all. So like 10 cents, it's pointless.
You can't open an account being a Canadian citizen?
No.
Like a US account?
No, I couldn't open Webull either. That's why I was like, if you were gonna set up the Webull, man. So I could. Why was I gonna get a Webull with you? What was the point?
I think it was the scanners, just to look at what I was looking or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something. I'll have to think, like, why the hell did I even need it? There was a reason, but I don't know what it was. Maybe to share screenshots or something with Webull people? Like, I don't even know.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
But, like, I think I'm already at my limit for work like that. What do we got? I always feel like I'm going to miss if I'm $1 off. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think so. I think he's mostly just looking, guys, he's mostly just looking at mega caps anyways. Like, what are the other pictures? So one was positive. Yeah, one says 5 billion to 25 billion. You're still using that one? You have
No, I'm
you have
not.
3, so you're not
I
even
mean,
using
I'll
it.
look at it. Yeah, I'm not using it. I'll look at it to see if there's something. But the problem is when you get to that number, those stocks have to pop up like 12% for you to see any like
So
real
you're
gains. You know what
all
I mean?
about the mega caps.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you could
That's what you
send,
teach, man.
yeah, well, that's true, but
That's
some people don't
that's
pay
what you.
attention. They're still trying to do their own thing, and then they're here, and that's
I
why I
know
get in my
that's.
videos. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Why are you even? What are you doing?
I know. I see the chat and everybody's going back and forth with other things. What do you think about this? I'm like, just stick to what he teaches, man. You'll do fine. Just look at the mega caps. That's where the big money's at.
You
Yeah.
sent me a screenshot then of the, because I need to put it in. You don't understand. Sometimes
Listen,
you have to speak to people as though like it's the
yeah.
first time they've ever seen it and they're confused and they don't know
Okay.
what to do, so they
So
need to exact. So you showed me one that's like 1%.
let me
Just
do
one
this.
sec, one sec.
Let me do this. Let me do this. Scratch all that, and I'm gonna send you the ones that I have now,
Yeah.
and then I'll mark it up, and I'll say this is for this is for that, and then that's it. It'll be
Yeah,
easier,
I
you
can
know.
write it up because I just took a minute and looked at it and it's pretty straightforward. So you don't even have to bother with that. If you want to, cool. If you don't, that's fine. I was just gonna say you sent me one that was there was an alert for positive. So when something goes up, but you didn't show me one
Yes.
for something that's negative. And some people like they need to be told, do this. This is the setup, and then you will have everything you need, right? You'll have both the up and the down. And since, like I said, since most people down there are using Weeble, that'll help every single Weeble person. There's like you've got your Robinhood crowd, your Weeble crowd, and then I bet you like maybe 10% or TD and IBKR and whatever the other ones are down there, Schwab and things like that. So
Right.
yeah, exactly. Just send me the screenshots of exactly what you have, because you said you'd hook up the Discord if they needed it, and I think that would help them. It actually helped me too, right? Because when they win, I win, and when they are successful, I'm successful. And on the same token, if they're getting information as quickly as I am, because I already have my own scanner, right? But even my own scanner, I'm only able to see one section at a time. I have to actually scroll it
Right.
down, you guys, to see the negatives. If I want to see the negatives, I'm only for some reason I am only allowed one. I mean, actually, I have never even. Never mind. Okay, so I actually can see both. So I might start doing that. So I just learned something about my own platform here. Okay, so what I used to do is have to scroll, so I would only ever have the ups visible. I wouldn't even have the down. I'm running out of goddamn screen space though. And Rep knows what I'm talking about. Like he's got 6 screens
Yep.
and he wants 8, and I have 3, and I shit you not, I definitely need 4. Like it's not enough. If you want to make
Man, you keep talking. I'm gonna buy you 6 screens and everything, man. I'm gonna send that computer to Canada. You watch.
Hey, that's all good, man. I definitely need another screen, but I mean, you've given me enough. I can go get it, but I need to. I need a better. I mean, I just bought this damn thing, and it was like 3,600, and I thought it was going to be powerful enough to run like 4. And then when I first got it, it was like 3, and it was like slow. Like, and that's just like including it because it's a laptop. So I don't know. Maybe let me know what your rig is for sure, because maybe I do need something similar.
I've got these. I got 27 inches, 27-inch monitors, and 6 of them, and then I've got a Alienware computer set up. So yeah, it's really nice.
You must have 2 graphics cards, eh? Not just one?
No, just one.
What?
Just one, but you can. Well, just one, and you could do 4. You could with Alienware, you could do 4 screens off of that graphic card, right? And then I've got an adapter that I just hook up to the view port.
Yeah.
And then I can get 3 more screens out of that.
What?
If I want to.
Yeah, they were going to give me the adapter, but I was only going to be able to hook up an extra 2 screens to it. And then I was losing one anyways to use the adapter because I have my one plugged into it. So the max was for this computer was only going to be 4.
But that's just a laptop, right?
Well, it is just a laptop, but it's a 4070, like it's an NVIDIA 4070 graphics card.
Oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought, like this thing's a beast, but I don't know. Fuck. What do you got?
I've got an Alienware. I forgot what it's called, Aurora or something like that. It's 50 something, or
Is
I
it?
just bought it like a
Do you
year
know? Is it
ago. But it's
AMD,
like
Nvidia, Intel?
no, it's Nvidia.
Yeah, it
It's
is
like
Nvidia.
RTX.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't even know.
Is it a 4 or a 3? Because 4 is like the newer shit, and 3 is what was before. 3 is like the last couple years. It's probably a 3 then.
Yeah, it's a 4. It's
Is it?
the 9 something. I forgot the. It's pretty up there.
Mm.
And I just bought one for one of the guys that I've got,
Mm.
and that one's a double card.
2 cards.
But hey, if you need one, let me know. I'll send it over, man.
You do whatever you want to do, homie, man. I'm never gonna turn down. I'm never gonna turn down a tip. But I'm never.
Right,
I don't
send
want
it
you
over,
thinking
man.
I'm coming after you. You know, because you've got all the success or something. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Um,
You gotta help others, man. You gotta give, man. It's
yeah.
not a big deal to me,
Cool, man.
you know.
I consider it. I think about it, man. Um, that's pretty much, yeah. I mean, we don't have any questions. We have full house, but people are just content to listen to you as long as you want to talk. So, and I don't blame them one bit. I'm looking at gains. I'm seeing some new gains coming in. We've got a lot of congratulations in there for you. Congrats on $1 million milestone. Remember, you posted that first 1,400 win about 6 months ago. Look where we are now. Once again, congrats. Thank you, Kev. Thanks be to God. In the main chat, you mentioned some other indicators besides price action. Do you mind elaborating a bit on that? So I will let Bryce know to watch this video because this will answer that for him. I don't know what this word is. Kono? Way to go, repo? CONNNNNOOO? That must be Spanish for something. Kono?
I have no idea what that is.
What? Dang, Cono. Way to go. Is
That's not good. That's it's kind of like a bad word in Spanish.
Coño? Okay.
Yes.
Well, he's saying way to go. So,
All right.
I don't know. Maybe it's like when you're like bros with someone and you're like you asshole, but it's like good.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. Fantastic job. It's all I could talk about at work today. Our first millionaire. So other people are talking about it. That's cool. Holy Moses, that's insane. Congrats to you and your family. So happy for you. You're the forerunner for all of us. This is Salty. Many blessings headed your way. Love, joy, and peace. Unstoppable, because I don't know if you've read these comments yet, so I'm just kind of reading them out for you.
Not yet.
Grew my small account by another 22%. That's 2 for 2. Didn't have the strength to hold profit is profit. Okay, that's something else, but congratulations to this guy. See this people, he's like, he made 22%, and you heard Raf today, guys. He's like 22% is great. It's insane. It's awesome.
It's insane.
I
Awesome.
think it's insane. 5% is
That's
great.
awesome.
Did your account go up? Why are you talking down about these wins like this? This is a mentality you guys definitely got to change. Celebrate every win. All of them. I'm not even joking. 1%. You didn't lose money that day. Sweet. You're literally that much closer to being free from it all, to making it. That's like a real mantra for the group. You know, Raf will be free from it all. He's set. He's ready to go whenever he decides. Great job, Toeman, Diamond D. I think that came in. Rep, we're so proud of you. Radwan. Badger, congrats. Todd, congrats. Fantastic job. Trojan, nice job. Congrats, dude. Just a lot of congrats. A lot of, you're killing it. And then you just posting insane gains. You didn't post the J&J. You got to put that up in there too. Put that in there and show them, baby. Up and down. Play both sides. J&J. That's it. Don't say that in public, Conyo. Well, it's on the video now, so I gotta edit it out? Is YouTube gonna put me on, like, is that like, I hope it's not something weird where they're gonna be like, oh, you can't say that. I swear though, so I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. Damn, and Azteca typing. Oh, what's for dinner? What are you treating yourself to?
I gotta go. I gotta go back to work. One of my guys are calling me. They need contract to be sent out tonight, so I gotta go back and probably in the weekend I'll take out the whole family and we'll have a good time. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I find the best thing to do, man. If I can free myself from all this, like free from it all,
Yeah.
and I can spend all the time with my family and raise my kids, that's it, man. That's life.
Mm.
You know, if I can be around them all the time, that's the dream.
I think that video that I made for you then is gonna help you with that, because like I said, you might be able to go from doing what you're doing here when you're ready to, and then it's like 20 minutes, and you're good enough, you're set for the week type thing. So, just because you're, like I said, you're at that level where you've got 20 years of earnings essentially at your disposal, right? Or whatever you choose to put into it. So I'm gonna have to rewatch it a couple times over the weekend and just make sure it's exactly how I want it to be. I'm probably a little scatterbrained at some points because when you're talking for an hour, you kind of, did I mention that? Did I not mention that? Is this all gonna make sense to him? Like, organization of the flow of the video. But I think you're a smart guy. You'll get what I'm putting out, and you can always ask me questions. Like I said, if you want me to elaborate on something.
I just posted J&J.
He's rubbing it in, guys. What a dick. He's rubbing it in. I'm just kidding. I don't want to post this. I'm gonna congrats you on another one. Whoa. Okay, somebody else actually just asked you a question here. We're gonna come back here. How much did you start off with in your port? Oh, he already answered that. Damn. Both of these, I guess. How much did you start off with when you joined the Discord? So he said he started with 1,400, and then when he got more confident, he moved $5,000 in. So 6,400. Sound about right?
Yeah.
$6,400. So the correct response to that damn is damn. Chris Tucker. If you know what I'm talking about. Is it gonna show up? Is it not gonna show up? What's going on here? GIFs. There we go. I'm talking about I'm answering for him, damn. That's what he started with. Yeah, no, this is gonna get uploaded so anybody can watch this. It's it's historical. I've got this down. July 20th, 2023, and May 4th, 2023. So it's going to go down in history. The best days of this Discord, man. All thanks to this character.
Yes.
This individual.
Yes. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, guys. We're done for the day. Markets are closing in 23 minutes. I mean, if you guys want to stick around with Rep, I'm gonna dip. If you want to stick around, I don't know, but I think by and large, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be bugging you tomorrow and seeing what you're into and what you're up to.
Yes, sir.
I'm always checking in on you. Huh?
I'll post some things.
again,
I'll post some of my
don't
plates
feel
on there.
pressure though, right? Like I know you like people are wanna push you for it, but always, and I tell them all the same thing, right? Like take care of you before you take care of others. I should do that sometimes too, right? But I've got just a little different bit of a goal here. I definitely want to
Yep.
create. I want to create 10 reps and then 100 reps, and then everybody in here. Like I want nothing more than everybody that dips in here. They become the same success story as him. If it takes 7 months, if it takes a year, 2 years, whatever, right? That's what I'm looking to do for you guys, and be here as a resource, but use each other as well. But by all means, like Rep, you're in the zone, man. Don't try to go too out of your way if it's gonna affect your bottom line too. Okay.
You got it, man.
All right, guys.
Hey, Kevin,
Oh,
is this live?
it is live, but we were
Hey, I
literally
just
about
want
to
to
leave.
say congratulations to Rep.
Yeah.
This is Mark Starr. Hey, Rep.
Yes, sir.
And I just I had my laptop off and I wasn't even looking at my phone because I was at the game the last couple hours. Rep. Amazing, just an amazing day, and again, total, inspiring what you have done in such a short period. You know, it's going to motivate me even more than it was. So again, congratulations to you and to your family, and
Thank you. Appreciate it,
many,
Mark.
many more wins. Many, many,
Yes.
many more wins.
Yes.
And
Not just for
I
me, but for yourself and everyone on this Discord.
appreciate that. And anytime you want to post your what you're into for the day,
Here
your
we go.
play, man, I will look forward to seeing that.
All right. Just I'll post, but remember, guys, don't get on me if you make the trade and it goes the wrong way. So just be very careful.
Absolutely.
Make your own analysis and just take the trade. And if it's not going the way you want it to go, you get out. That's it.
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. All right, Rep.
Okay.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Kevin, thank you.
No worries. Thanks for showing up, guys. Happy to see you guys day in and day out. You're a good part of my day, and we will see you guys first thing in the morning tomorrow for what is going to set up to be a crazy, like next week, guys. Earnings is 1,600 companies, so we've got like a whole very crazy volatile week ahead of us. Get your rest this weekend for sure. Get your rest this weekend, and if you're in here and you're not premium, sign up premium, and then you go to the premium section in this where are we? Premium, this diamond, and go watch the videos as much as you can. There's 7 videos, but they are between like 2 hours and 3.5 hours. So they're quite long, but I mean, he said, this is from him, not from me, that this is one of the major things that helped him out with his trading mentality and where he is today and all that. So obviously there's something in there because I have not reviewed them. I have not watched them. I was just leading them or whatever. Go in and review them. And he didn't know that in the resources section more stuff's been added. So he's going to be looking at that. And yourselves rest as much as possible on the weekend, but this weekend try to be ready for next week because next week is going to be crazy. Like it's going to be a lot going on next week, guys.
Let's make some money, guys.
Thanks, Raph.
Thanks, Rep. Thanks, Kevin.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Take care, guys.